Hey folks, welcome to iHeart Board Games, where today we are playing Crescent City Cargo with Jason Dinger and the folks from SOBO. Hi folks from SOBO and Jason Dinger joining
Hey,
me.
Morning.
Jesse.
Hey. So this is a game we have played before. Check it out on youtube.com/iHeartBoardGames if you want to see that playthrough that we did while the Kickstarter was going on. This one is just as the backers, or just as the shipping notifications are going out, I suppose. I was checking my actual notifications on this game and said shipping begins. That's the latest one. So everyone excited for shipping beginning?
Absolutely.
In more ways than one.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, Jason, how are you doing this morning?
I'm awake now. I wasn't when we started this process
Oh,
about 30 minutes ago with like everything that happened.
oh yeah.
So
I'll
you
tell
gotta love
yeah,
computers.
that is something to bring up. We are on a new version of Vassal. It's given us some questionable results, and hopefully it goes through without a problem. But if it does, stand by. We'll get it figured out. And yeah, everything appears to be in working order now. But yeah. So yeah, how do you feel about this finally getting into the hands of some backers, Jason?
I'm really excited. One of those things when you deal with something like this is the first time I've ever dealt with Kickstarter from a creator standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And normally I'm gonna back it and forget it kind of backer. I don't really worry. But the idea of, and delays happen, I know that, but the idea of like it being delayed even by, what's it been, like a few months, it just killed me knowing that people had, they paid their hard-earned money and didn't have the game yet. And most people understood, and any complaints about the delay itself, especially with the way the last year has been,
Yeah,
Sure.
but my personality is such that like I personally wanted to reach out to like each one and just give my heartfelt apology for any delay. So to know that they are shipping soon, I'm really excited and hope that everything goes well. Everybody gets them soon and enjoy them. And then we have all the rules questions on BGG that we'll have to deal with.
Yeah, that'll soon follow. But hopefully
That
they
happens
can
no
just
matter
watch
what,
this. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah, I can't wait to get this on the table, actually see it up close in person, because playing it on Vassal is not quite the same experience, and that goes for most online experiences.
Sure.
But for those unfamiliar with Vassal, this is something not a lot of people use anymore. But yeah, but we're gonna use it today. It'll be fine. And will you be playing this?
The benefits to Vassal, why my publisher, Uli Blinneman with Spielworks, prefers it as a number of things. One, it's 100% free.
Yeah.
Two, it can run on any computer from the last decade or two.
That's true.
And three, it has a built-in functionality of a log file that you can set. Where he really likes this, like for playtesting, because we can send it out blindly to playtesters. They can play the game full on, send us the log file, and then we can step through step by step to see what they did. And so those are three main reasons why he likes it. It doesn't have some of the bells and whistles of like the 3D stuff, but also he's also had some really bad experiences with Tabletop Simulator, where someone was demoing a game for him to possibly sign, and like there was where you go to roll dice and one of the die just fell through the 3D table to the floor.
Sure.
They went to deal cards. It was something with the physics in it. I don't know. They went to deal cards and cards were flying around like flying stars, just like a ninja throwing stars out. So Vassal is a bit older, but like I said, but for those three reasons, the no cost, the fact that you don't have to have the latest greatest computer to run it, and then that ability to get that log file as a publisher, as a designer, and walk through the steps of each playtest, or why he prefers it. So that's why I use it.
And last time we were here, you teased the third in the trilogy, the Acadians. Is there anything more about that you can tell us?
Acadians is pretty much done. I still want like about another 50 playtests, which will take a few months. But Uli's been blind playtesting it around Germany over the last 6 months. We playtested it a lot. He and I did a lot of 2-player, 3-player, and 4-player playtests where we were doing several days a week over the last year, to the point where I needed to take a break from it because, like, I couldn't. I was playing it so much that I couldn't see the forest for the trees as far as like things that I might be able to change or whatever. And so I took a step back, and he took it to other people to blind play test to test the rules out as far as how digestible they were. And he's been doing all that and sent me some feedback. So in the next week or so, and look at anything notes he got out of those play tests, update the Vassal module, then he and I'll get back into playing it, and that should hopefully be. I don't have a timeline. It's really up to.
Nice.
I think that would be like 2022, probably like late 2022, maybe early 2023. I'm not sure.
I was gonna say that's ambitious to be next year.
Well, but the game's
Oh, right,
pretty
and
much
it's designed.
done.
Yeah.
You know, it's all that's really left is art and rule book. And Harold and Henning are really good at what they do. And I've worked with them on 2 games already, so we all work really well together. And then Harold kind of has a jump start with my games. He does his own thing, but my prototypes, because I have a background in art, I do a lot of art for my prototypes. What you're seeing here is the final art, Harold's art. But if you saw my prototype, it's not too different. Like I said, he put his own spin on things and makes it his own. But he kind of, for lack of a better word, has a design sketch already there, and then he just paints over it. But he doesn't have to. He can as much as he wants, but he doesn't have to spend as much mental energy figuring out how should the truck cards look, or because some prototypes are literally an index card that says truck.
Yeah.
Sure.
And handwritten in pencil.
Yep.
For me, I was an artist, for years professionally. So when I'm not designing, I'll just get in there and draw and do all that. So, like I said, for late 2022, it wouldn't be that ambitious because we're 18 months away, and I mean, he could knock out the art in just a few months. Honestly, I think.
Nice, but still a lot of work.
Awesome.
So it's not an easy task for future designers out there. Takes a lot of play testing. That's the most important thing. That's the biggest note I heard in that is that how much play testing it takes to get one of these games done.
Sure.
Yeah, my minimum's 100. I don't like to have a game go to the printer until I've got 100 play tests. Because just for the sake of math, testing, testing different strategies which goes back to the math and things like that. So that's just my personal metric, is I like 100 play tests that I've been in, plus whatever the publisher or anyone else is doing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of new designers and everything like that, SOBO has a featured area for new designed games. Let's talk about SOBO for a second. Sagan or
right.
John, what's the latest on SOBO?
John, you want to take this one?
Sure. So what we're going to do with SOBO this year is we are going to have a 1-day event on September 11th instead of a 2-day event. So anybody who is a ticket holder will be able to go to that, and that will be a mini game festival. And we'll have play to win games and free play, and we'll have our library there. But the regular festival, we're going to postpone that to March. And the main reason for that is that currently the UL is still requiring a mask mandate for all activities on their premises. So we just thought that people didn't want to wear face masks for 2 days in September. Now it's possible, very possible, that the mask mandate might be gone by September, but it's not gone now. So we wanted to make some decisions that would be good for everybody. So if you're a current ticket holder, you get to go to the mini con for free, and then your ticket will still be good. on March 18th through March 20th in 2022. And that will be at the UL campus.
That's a big update.
That's a big
Yeah,
update.
massive update.
We're
but
getting
yeah,
so everybody's getting this update ahead of time. We're getting ready to make a public announcement in about a week or so. We're securing the venue for the one-day event, and as soon as that's all secure, we're going to go public with that on Facebook and through all our social media channels.
you heard it on iHeart Board Games first.
That's right. That's
Mini
right.
event, September, official con 2022 in March. There it is.
Yep. And yeah, you won't find that on the website because it's not public yet.
Well, yeah, keep the secret till it goes public, guys.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Shh. All right, we got that.
Shh.
All right, well, we got a
Call
game to
that a scoop.
play.
That's an exclusive.
Crescent City Cargo. Got it here open on Vassal.
Yeah. So you guys have played this one before, I believe, right?
Yes.
The Triple J squad is about to crush me because this is my first time running through this one.
Yeah, let's hope so. Thing is, we gotta remind people of how to play this, and but we're not going to go through all the rules precisely, but we'll give you a nice overview of how to play this. So, Jason, are you prepared? Are you ready?
Yeah, so we're just doing like a 30,000-foot, 3-minute quick, the gist of how to play, correct?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Okay, so you have
Enough for
on the
people to
main
understand.
board, you have areas, and that is the top left is the warehouses, where there's a pawn, which is the warehouse manager with a dolly, and on the top right is the admin area. It's your company's book, so to speak. There's 3 tracks there that everyone can move up on. You spin the appropriate good listed at the top left of each track. So iron for the forklift track, wood for the gantry track, and coffee for the HR track. And then the bottom section of the main board is the port, where you have the stevedore or worker that again players will move when they're making deliveries. So there's 7 actions in the game. First is and you can do them in any order. You do on your turn, you do 1 action. The game's there's very quick, no downtime when it's not your turn. So one of the actions is to get goods. So if you do that outside of any modifiers from office cards that you have, you would move the warehouse manager 1 or 2 spaces clockwise. You can move the meeple more than that. For each space you move more than that, you pay either 1 coin, which is your victory points, your money, pay $1, or 1 morale. The heart of the game is that your workers work until they need a break. As the morale gets worn down, then you give them a break. So you'll move it. Once you move it, you're going to be between 2 warehouse locations, and you have an option of picking up from one of those locations. You could choose the one in front of or behind the warehouse manager. There's certain rules there. Number 1, for each one you pick up, you pay a morale, again, outside of modifiers from office cards. And you can only, there's 3 food type goods. Pink is meat, yellow is grain, black is coffee. 2 building materials, 3 foods, 2 building materials. 2 building materials are iron, which is gray, and wood, which is brown. On a truck, a regular truck, you have 2 spaces. You can mix 2 different foods on a truck. You can't put a building material with a food. So I can have meat and grain on my truck. I can't have iron and grain. Then the next action you could do is deliver goods. There's 3 types of delivery locations, 2 trains at the top. They want 1 of 2 types of goods. So say the top left train, you could deliver either wood or iron to it, and the right train wants either coffee or iron. Um, with when you deliver to a train, for each good you deliver, you spend a morale and you put a worker on one of those spaces, and then you draw from the bag to the right side of the main board. There's a little black bag. You draw a railroad company tile. Those are worth money at the end of the game for having sets of the same type. With trains, it's one of the only ways you ever get workers back. When a train is full, you're going to do an area majority. Whoever has the most workers on the train will get $2. Whoever has the second most will get $1. If you're tied, whoever got to the tied number first, left or right. So if I put down one worker, then John puts down two, then I come back again and put down the last worker, he would win the tie because going left or right, he's got two, whereas my two are in the first and the fourth position. And then the person who has the most gets the train. We put another train card out. Next, there's shipping containers in the middle. Those want, different. They either want building materials, foods, or they want two goods. But they either want two building materials, two foods, or one building material, one food. So say the one all the way on the left, each one of those you would put one worker down, and you would deliver either two wood, two iron, or a wood and iron. You'd pay a morale per. You draw two gold cards secretly, choose one to keep, return the one you don't want to the bottom of the deck. Gold cards pay out at the end of the game, and those are secret goals no one else knows. The far right shipping container, those want one food and one building material. So one meat, one iron, one grain, one iron, one grain, one wood, however, whatever combination you would deliver. And then the bottom and the outsides are cargo ships. They want exactly what it says. So see the far left cargo ship, 2 coffee for $3, that pays immediately. 3 coffee for $5, 4 coffee for $7, or 2 coffee for $3. And again, you pay 1 morale per good. Put your 1 worker down, collect your money. Next is building or upgrading trucks. There's a limited number of trucks in the game. They're the top center of the main game board. You spend 1 iron and 1 morale. You can build at most 1 truck at a time, and you put it on your player board. Trucks allow you to have more goods. So for instance, for those shipping containers that want 1 food, 1 building material, you would need more than 1 truck or an upgraded truck, which I'll explain in a minute. So again, you'd put the truck there. You can build the truck without having a worker, but you can't use it, and it doesn't count for any of the in-game bonuses or during game bonuses until you take one of your idle workers and put it on there. Also, you can upgrade your trucks. You can upgrade any number of trucks you have, paying 1 morale and 1 iron for each truck you want to upgrade. To do that, you flip the truck over, in which case it will have a trailer, and trailers allow on a single truck for you to have building materials and food, so long as 1 type is on the truck and 1 type is on the trailer. They're not mixed in the 2 spaces of the truck itself.
Mm-hmm.
Next is building office upgrades. We all start with an office upgrade we drafted, which these affect the movement of the stevedore and the warehouse manager in different ways, allowing you to either move more for free or move backwards. The 4 that are out there now, starting with the top left, every time you deliver a building material, you get an extra $1. The top right, every time you deliver a food, you get an extra $1. The bottom left, whenever you build an office, build or upgrade trucks, you don't pay morale. And the bottom right is whenever you deliver to the port, you pay 1 fewer morale. Though I should note, you always pay at least 1 morale. So you can't deliver 1 thing for free. You would have to deliver 2 and then get a discount and only pay 1 morale. Whereas trucks always cost 1 iron per. The offices are based on the power, how strong the office is. So you see 3 of them only cost 1 wood. The one that gives the morale discount costs 2 wood. And that's a display of 4 that's always there. Once someone builds 1, we'll pull another one down. So deliver goods, get goods, deliver goods, trucks, offices, advancing on admin tracks, the top right. So you don't pay any morale when you advance on admin tracks. You just pay the good that it's wanted. And if you want to, you can advance either 1 or 2 spaces at a time on a given track. To advance 1 space, you pay 1. So if I want to advance 1 on the forklift track, I would pay 1 iron and move my disc forward 1. If I want to move 2 spaces at a time, I have to pay 3 iron. So if I want to move 2 spaces, only spending 1 iron for each space, I'd have to do that on consecutive turns. Above the 2nd and the 5th space of each track, there's a little arrow with spaces for workers. As we improve those areas of our company, we have to put more staff there. And again, any staff that we put, whether it's on a truck or a building or the admin tracks, they come from our idle workers, the 3 at the top of our player board, which I'll get a little more detail of that in a minute. From the 4th onto the 6 spaces of the admin tracks are all blocked currently by achievement tiles as any player achieves what it wants. So if we look at the forklift track, the first player to have 3 offices, that's including the office you start with. And again, as I mentioned earlier, you have to have a worker on that office for it to count. So if you've built 3 offices but don't have workers on one or more of them, you don't achieve that. But when you do, you claim that tile because there's just a gold card that could give you points for it. And you would immediately get 2 morale. So on the 4th and 5th space of each track is a level 2, which gives you 2 morale. On the 5th and 6th space of each track is a level 1 gives you 2 morale. Level 2 gives you 3 morale. So on staying with that same track, the forklift track, the first worker to have 3 workers on shipping containers, doesn't matter if they're all in one container or spread out, will claim that tile and get 3 morale. And when you do that, it opens up the track for everyone to advance up. So and with the admin tracks, the first one, you're limited. You can only pick up one type of good when you pick up. So if I move the warehouse manager 1 space to the right, looking at the warehouse to the bottom right of where he would be, then there's 2 coffee there, 2 black. If I have enough space on my truck and enough morale, I can pick those 2 up. But that's the only time I can pick up 2, unless I've advanced to the 3rd space on the forklift track that has a 2 below it. Below each track is the ability. Then I can pick up 2 types. So I could pick up a coffee and a meat, or coffee and a grain, or whatever. I can pick up more than 1 type. The 4th space has dual arrows. When you get there, you can pick up from both the warehouse location in front of and behind the warehouse manager. And then the gantry track is the number of cubes you can deliver. If you look below where our discs start, we can all deliver a maximum of two cubes at a time, no matter what they are. As we advance further on, then we can deliver 3, 4, or 5. And the dual arrows there would allow me. So if I moved to a particular space, I could deliver to a train and a shipping container if I had enough morale and enough goods. Normally, I could only deliver to 1 of those. The dual arrows mean I can deliver to 2. And then the HR track, which is one of my favorite things of the whole game. One of the last actions I didn't mention is resting. You work until you either have 0 or 1 morale left, and when you get there, one action you can take is to rest. It's essentially passing, and you advance your morale disc on your player board up to whatever it would be. You don't gain that much, you advance to it. So we all start at 3. You would go to 3. You can improve that and advance up to 4, 5, or 6 morale. And the way you improve your morale is with coffee, because that's just how life operates. And that's one of my favorite parts of the game, is how coffee makes it better. The last thing is the 5th space of each admin track. The first player to reach it gets to draw 2, keep 1 gold card. And again, it's only for the first player to reach it. It's the only way to get gold cards besides delivering to the shipping containers. So going to if you can display a player board, Jesse, I don't see your screen. So on the player board, you have 3 spaces at the top for idle workers. These are workers that have been hired and ready to go to work. You start with 3 at the beginning of the game. 1 goes to your starting office. You have 2 available. You hire at the bottom of your player board from left to right. You pay either meat or money. And you can hire as much as you can afford to pay, and as many empty idle spaces you have at the top of your player board. So right now we could all only hire 1 if we wanted. Should note, just like with advancing on the warehouse or port with the stevedore and the warehouse manager, when you hire, you can use either meat or money, but you can't split it. So if I have 1 meat and I want to hire 2 people, if I have 1 meat and $1, I have to do that in 2 separate actions. One turn I'm spending the $1 to hire, the next turn I'm spending the meat. I can't split it. One of the in-game triggers is when someone has hired one or both of the workers in their far right section that costs 2 meat or $3. The other one is when the train card draw deck runs out. I'll get to how the end game works in a minute, but so that's hiring. You pull them up top. In the center of your player board, there's an on-call space. You cannot hire directly that. That's only because, like I mentioned before, when a train card is full, those workers come back to you. They first fill the top any empty idle worker spaces that you have. Any more that come back to that, one more can go to that on-call space, which can later be used for free, but you can never choose to place a worker there outside of them coming back from a train and you don't have space at the top. Any workers more than that, you'd have to put at the bottom and pay to rehire them. So that's something to pay attention to if you have workers out on trains and it looks like one might fill. That's a tactical aspect of the game. And then lastly, the last thing is to rest, which I explained. When you get to 0 or 1 morale, you can choose to rest to regain your morale. And, essentially, like I said, it's passing to start your next group of actions that you choose.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, well, I mentioned loans. You can never choose to take a loan. You can, for any reason other than there's no meat available in any warehouses, there's no other action you could take. You need to hire a worker to do anything else, and there's no meat and you don't have any money. In which case, you would take $3 as a free action. You would take a loan card. You don't pay loan cards back during the game. At the end of the game, they cost you $5. And then from that $3, you spend as much as you want to hire as many workers as you can hire with that $3. So when the end game is triggered, let's say that if Jesse is your last player and Sagan is first player. So if Sagan does, his actions would trigger the end game. On the center left of the main board, there's the in-game action track. Right now, the black disc is just on the blank space. It would move to the flag that's on the back of the goal cards. So once it moves there, that means the in-game has been triggered, and we finish out that round of turns. So if Sagan did it, then John would get a turn, I would get a turn, Jesse would get a turn, and then we would get into our last 3 in-game steps. If Jesse does it, since he's the last player, that round is ended since he did it. But once that's happened, then we move it to the 3, and starting with Sagan, we each get a turn in order, then to the 2, and then to the 1, and then after that we do in-game scoring. So everyone will get an equal number of turns in the game, no matter how the game end is triggered. Everyone will get an equal number of turns. Once that happens, we'll score any workers left on trains, whether they're full or not. And again, if you have the most on a train, you get $2. Whoever has the second most gets $1. If you're the only one on train when it scores, you get all $3 as a bonus. Once that happens, we collect money for our sets of railroad company tiles, which is 1, 3, 5, 8, 10 for sets of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any over 5 of the same type of railroad is an extra $2. And then after that, you reveal your gold cards and score based on how well you did it, and realizing that I picked a gold card that is awful for what's on the board. I'm already, if I get a respectable 3rd place in this game, I'll be happy, because I did not look at my gold card. I did not look at the main board when I chose my gold card. That's the very quick, rushed version of how to play. But there
I
is
think it was thorough.
there is a full playthrough video that we did months ago, back in, I think, October, November.
Mhm.
That's on the games BGG page and on the iHeart Board Games YouTube channel. And there's also on the games BGG page, there's a video of myself doing a rules teach with Uli Blenheim, the publisher. So, and one last thing, so it doesn't confuse anybody. We're playing the intro version of the game.
Mhm.
The game comes with 2 modules that you can build, an advanced version of, which are workflow modifier cards, which affect actions during the game, and then economic forecast cards, which affect scoring, you losing or gaining money at the end of the game. Those are on the bottom right side of the player board next to the loan cards and the railroad company tile bag. We're not going to be using those in this game. So if anybody wonders what those are, that's for the advanced version, which, like I said, it's all explained in the rules. But we won't get into that today.
Cover those. Awesome. I think that was very thorough. Now we're gaming. Yeah.
Now we're gaming.
Yep. And we're starting with
I
So-
believe it's
Sagan
me,
is
right?
blue.
Yes.
All right. So
7
since,
actions.
you
That's
know,
all you got.
Right. I've only got a few to pick from, and since I clearly have, I'm the one who hasn't played. I think I'm just gonna start off by
What's up,
hiring
BJ?
a worker. I've got a meet that I started with as the pregame setup here, so I'm gonna go ahead, spin that, pop a worker from yet to be used into my idle spot right here. I'm gonna call it good. I'm gonna kind of wait and see.
Okay. So in doing that, your meat that you spent would go to the loading dock because all the warehouses are full.
Okay.
So on the loading dock right now, there's one iron one coffee in the far right space. It'll go right
I
to
see.
the left of it there.
Right there.
And what'll happen as things empty out in the warehouses, the player who empties that warehouse with anything on the loading dock would come down. I'm going to go ahead and do all that just to make it run a little smoother right now, since I'm the most familiar with how it works. I'll handle, putting things back in the warehouses when we're done.
Great.
All
But
right.
yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there, and I don't have to spend a morale to hire, right?
Correct.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move the warehouse worker one spot, and I'm going to grab some wood and put it on my truck.
You
And-
can't do that because you have coffee on your truck.
Oh, I can't do that. I forgot about. No, oh, that's coffee.
Yes.
Also, I think
Ah.
you pulled from the one behind you.
You did.
That's legal. That's legal.
Oh, that is?
You can
Okay.
pull from either. Yes, you can pull from either one. When you get to that third space, or excuse me, fourth space on the forklift track, then you can pull from both simultaneously. But otherwise, you can pull
Oh,
from
right.
one.
Just
You can
choose
pull from
one.
one or the other.
I
Gotcha.
see.
All right. Well, I did this so people that are watching the video could learn, and so that's the
That
kind of
is your
guy.
primary
Calculated.
teaching strategy,
That it
and
was.
I like it.
that
I'm
wa-
here for
that-
it.
That's intentional. So we're gonna go ahead and move the stevedore one spot, and we're gonna go ahead and deliver one coffee to the train. And so then I get $1?
No. So
Nope.
what you do
Okay.
is your coffee doesn't go on the train. One of your
Oh,
idle
but
workers goes
I
on.
knew that.
Mhm.
I knew that. I knew that.
One of your idle workers will go to the train,
Yep.
and
Alright.
you'll get to draw. You spend one morale on your player board.
Yep.
And then you'll get from the black bag to the bottom right of the main board, you'll get to draw one of those railroad company tiles. So, I mean, it is $1, but at the end of the game,
Mhm.
it could be worth more depending on how many you get.
All right. I don't get $1
Those
yet?
those aren't face down. Those are
Okay.
face up. Yeah.
All right.
Except for the goal cards, everything in the game is open information. So I'm going to go build I'm going to upgrade a truck, I think. So I'm going to spend my 1 iron and 1 morale, and I'm going to flip my truck over and reassign my driver there, and my turn is done.
Awesome. All right. Make sure all my stuff is in the right spot. All right, good. Let's move to. Let's go up on the delivery track here. Center.
Yeah, the gantry track.
Yeah, the gantry. That's the word.
You spin the wood, you don't spin morale.
Spin the wood, going back up to that. Don't spin morale because it's on this book track, and I'll just pull my little thing out, throw it in there. And we could just let the other ones float. That's fine.
And then you need to put a worker right above in any
yes.
one of those 4 spaces right above. All right, and back to Sagan.
All right. So, am I allowed not to move the warehouse manager, or
No,
must I move the
you always have to move. Yes, you always have to
one
move the
or
warehouse
two,
manager.
and then I can pay morale to move them more? All right. For now, I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and move him one, and I'll grab this wood. Assuming that I can pick it up and get it over to my truck, and I can, and I'll leave it at that. And that
And then you
cost me
spend,
1 morale because
correct.
I picked up 1 good.
Yes, and then I'll go ahead and move this down.
And that'll be John then.
Okay. I'll move my warehouse worker 1. And can I pick up from 2 different locations, 2 different squares?
Not
I
yet.
could
From one warehouse. So
Yeah.
so
So can I?
above you right now, you could pick up those 2 black coffee,
Mhm.
or one of the other items, or 1 coffee. And to
Okay.
the left of you, you could pick up 2 of those grain, or 1 meat, or 1 iron. But you can't split. You can't get the 2 meat. In other words, that's 1 at one and 1 at the other. You can't do that until you advance to the 4th space on the forklift track.
Okay. All right.
So you can pick up 2 because you have enough space, but only if they come from 1 warehouse location.
Right. Okay. Thank you. All right. I'll pick up 2 coffee.
And
Oop.
if I didn't say this before, a warehouse location is a group of little brown squares.
Mhm.
That's a location.
All right.
Okay, so you would pay 2 morale for that, John, and then you're done. And I'll go ahead and start moving this stuff down while I was gonna say while I'm taking my turn, but okay. So I am going to, let's see, I'm gonna change up what I'm gonna do because John took the coffee I wanted. So I'm gonna go grab 1 wood and pay 1 morale for that.
All right.
And my turn's done.
I'm going to move the warehouse manager and pick up 2 wood. And pay 2 morale for that. My turn is done.
All right. So, if I'm building an office, I'm paying a morale and the required wood cost, and I'm just building out of the common offer here. So I'm going to go ahead and I will grab. I'll pay my wood from my truck. Goes back up to the top, and then I pay 1 morale, and I will grab this office here that lets me do things with no coffee. Coffee free, at least for some specific action. So that
Mhm.
one is I do not have to pay morale anymore when I am building a truck, building an office, or upgrading my trucks.
Correct. You do need a worker on the office for it to be active, though. You don't have to
That's
do it right now. You could,
that's
if for some
that's
reason
a
you
free
wanted to
thing.
wait.
Yeah,
Yes,
no, that's
yes.
thank you for reminding me because I did that in my head, but I didn't do it on my board.
And I've replaced the office card
Mhm.
that you built. I replaced it with another one, which is that when picking up from the warehouse, you pay 1 fewer morale, but again, you always have to pay at least 1 morale.
Mm,
All right. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go, and my guys are going to rest, and I'll refresh to 3 morale.
All right, I'm going to build an office, and I was really sweating when Sagan did that because I thought he was going to build the one I wanted. So I'm paying 1 morale and 1 wood, and I'm building that office, which pays me an extra buck whenever I deliver food. And then I'll put another card out, which that card is anytime you advance on the top 2 admin tracks, the gantry track, or excuse me, the forklift track or the gantry track. Doesn't matter how many spaces you move, but you immediately get 2 morale when you take an action to advance on that track.
Interesting.
Mhm. All right. I'm going to also follow everyone else and build an office.
Uh-oh.
Going to build the one on the bottom left for 2 wood. Adding 2 wood up there. Paying 1 morale for that. And going to throw it on my board. That's my
It's gonna
turn.
have to be a rest for me, so I'm gaining 3 So I'm back up to 4 total
No,
morale.
you
And
don't gain 3, you reset to 3.
oh, you reset to 3. Okay,
Yes.
I see.
That's
Uh,
why if you have 1, it's benefits you to go grab something or deliver something, or maybe you do rest. It depends on,
all right,
like you
that's
said, what your particular strategy is and tactically
I
what's
see, I
happening on the
see. Well,
board.
in that case, I suppose I'll run up the to grab another wood here. Since I can't quite afford 2 things, I'll go ahead and grab another wood from this warehouse spot and call it there. So here's a question for you. If it's not adding, and this is why I guess I thought it was gaining. I noticed that on the human resources admin track here, 6 is the top rank, but we have
Mhm.
8 morale slots. So are there other
Yes.
cards that modify that?
In the advanced game, there are some things with workflow modifier cards, and also remember when you get achievement tiles, you will get 2 or 3 morale
Ah, of
when
course,
you
of
do
course.
that.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I
It's by
I just haven't
design
seen.
that it's by design that the most you can get to by resting is 6, but you can get up to 8.
Right,
There's
right,
reasons for that, but I don't want to get into a big part of my games is to be played and explored and to find
right,
those
right.
little things.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought just since I was the very first player and I wasn't 100% sure what direction I wanted to take, one of my first thoughts was like maybe I'll just rest off the first turn and bank up my points, bank up my energy a little bit, and then kind of But now I see that that wouldn't work. Anyway, but yeah, that's I'm taking the wood. I'm done there. So I believe it's John.
All right, Jason.
Yes,
So if I move the stevedore 1 extra space, does that cost me money or morale?
you choose, but you currently have no money, so it would have to cost you morale.
All right, so we'll do morale. So I get 2 for free, right?
Yes.
And then this one's going to cost me 1 morale. And then if I deliver my 2 coffee here, oh, I don't have people. So I
No,
don't have.
you only need 1 person
Oh,
first.
that's right. Okay. All right. So then we'll do that. So that's going to take all my morale, and then that takes my person, and then I get $3.
Yes. They go if you look right below it, there's a little white rectangle. I'll move it down for you, but that's where the workers that little
Oh,
faded
yeah.
white rectangle on all the
Gotcha.
cards and
There you
places
go.
where they go.
There you go.
So the coffee will go back to the loading dock, and then in the vassal module, which obviously on the game playing physically, you're going to have a reserve, in a cup or in a pile or whatever of the money. In the vassal module, there's a hand on the bottom left of the player board that you right click to get 1, 5, or $10.
Mm.
And
I see.
you can also right click on coin. Like if you're making change, you can right click on coins to delete them and things
I
like
see.
that. Okay, so it's my turn, and I'm going to rest and go back to 3 morale, and it's Jesse's turn.
Resting as well. Turns over.
And
Same.
All
early
right.
on, you'll see that until this happens, my games are designed like this on purpose, so that especially for new players, which essentially we have 2, because I think Jesse's only played it once, and this is Sagan's first time playing it. Um, the first handful of turns, players may do some similar things because they're feeling it out. But as we start to build our own individual unique engines, then you'll see things, one player may not rest for 6 or 7 turns because
Sure.
of what they're getting as far as discounts on morale and such. One thing I noticed, Jesse, just so you know, you may know this, but your second office you built is not active because you don't have a
Oh,
worker on it. You'd have to move that worker if you
that's
want to.
just
Yeah.
yeah. I meant to do that.
I mean, there may be
Yep.
times where you're saving that worker to do something. You're just
Sure.
sacrificing that ability currently, but that's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, and that's something you can do at any time is to throw a
Yes,
worker
and
in
it's a
there.
free action just to move. If you have a worker, it's a free action to move them over.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Just
my
an
turn
oversight
there.
on my part.
No, it's Jesse's turn.
I
Just
did a rest, so yeah, it's your turn.
And
now.
I
Okay,
rest. I
okay,
rested. I rested as well. So yes, it's John.
okay. I'm sorry. I'm
all right.
sorry. Yeah.
2
All right,
turns in
so
a
I'm
row for
gonna
you.
and I'm gonna rest.
Okay.
So so back
Okay.
to Jason.
So I am going to move 2 spaces, and I am going to grab both of these meat for 2 of my morale. And my turn is done. I'll go ahead and restock that warehouse from the loading dock.
I'm doing exactly what you did, except for the spot over here, and this only costs me 1 morale because of my
Because of
new
your office, yeah.
I'm doing not exactly what you did. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pay my wood back out and build another office. Only this time it doesn't cost me any morale.
Morale,
So I'm going to
correct.
go ahead and grab this one, number 13 here, which is the one that every time we advance on the admin track, it gives us 2 morale.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is it cost me the 1 wood, and I'll throw my worker on it, not forgetting to do so. And
There's one more
okay.
thing.
So since you've done that,
Yep.
you've got the first achievement tile. And again, the
Right.
achievement tiles don't have to be done in order. You just happen to do the top left one.
Mhm.
So
So
you
to
claim it
drag
on your
us to my
board.
player board.
Yes,
All right.
and you
then
immediately get 2 morale. So you go up to 5 morale.
and
It's
now
another way
my
you can get to
morale
8.
economy, my
Mhm.
action economy is looking pretty solid right now. I'm
Mhm.
getting free morale all over the place.
Yep. Very happy
right.
workers.
Maybe.
Wow, you're a good good employer. All right, so I'm going to move my warehouse worker, and we're going to get some wood, and that will reduce my morale by 2. And that's it. And there's
Okay.
no nothing to replace.
All right. I am going to move the warehouse manager twice. Grab 1 meat to put in my trailer for my last morale.
Okay. I'm going to spend my meat and hire some workers. 1, 2. That's me.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move forward with our warehouse manager once. And for 2 morale, I'll take 2 wood and load it on a truck. If I can put the things on my truck. And we'll go to John. I like how fast this is moving around. I like you only get to do one thing on your turn, one little
Yeah.
thing.
One of the big tenets of my designs, all my games, is on your turn. When it's not your turn, there's little to no downtime. It's very quick. And also my games, there's a lot of tactical play because every time any one of us picks up goods, it changes the options for everyone else on their next turn. And same thing with
Right.
delivering goods and all that. And so every action you take potentially affects everyone. It changes the game state, so it potentially affects everyone else. You can't directly hurt somebody. I can't go steal one of John's workers or take your wood, but I can deliver to a space you wanted, and then you have to adjust. And you're never left with no action, but you may have to, shift to plan B for a turn or 2.
Mhm.
Sure.
All right. Well, I'm going to buy a building now, even though I can't occupy it with a worker, because I'm afraid that the building I want might be gone. So I'm going to take the one with coffee, and so every time
Which
I get a
one?
worker, a building 7.
Yeah. All right.
And-
So now again,
and-
as John explained, he doesn't have a worker to put on it yet. But once he does get a worker on it, anytime he hires, it doesn't matter how many workers he hires in that action, he gets 3 morale.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 wood for that.
Oh yeah, 2 wood. Sorry.
Okay.
2 wood, 1 morale.
And I'm taking care of all
Sure.
this to make it go smoothly. But
Mhm.
what would normally happen, and so far it hasn't been an issue because, but you would if there's an empty space in a warehouse location, you would put the good there. It's used up thematically. It's used up, and that's just the warehouse manager requisitioning more stuff to keep his warehouses full.
Sure.
But for the sake of this flowing, I'm just having everyone put it on the loading dock, and then I'm putting it down there. If there would be an option, because part of the tactical play is if you're delivering, say, 2 meat, and there's 2 warehouse locations that both have an empty space, both have more than 1 empty space, you could choose to split it or to put 2 in one space
I see.
based on what you want to do. And if that comes up, I'll ask the active player what they want to do.
I see. I see.
Jesse, good catch. I try to only pay 1 wood for that, so you got to watch me. So, so thank you,
I
Jesse.
noticed
Yeah,
that.
my cheating is all unintentional. So,
All right, so on my turn, I'm going to spend 1 meat. All the warehouses are full, so it goes to the loading dock, and hire a single worker. And my turn is done.
Single worker. All right, we need to hit the warehouse. Let's go for. But this guy would be further along by my turn. That'll work. I'm going to move him twice, and we're going to pick up some coffee.
So, Jason, supposing I were to build another office right now, would
Mhm.
I pick up that tier 2 tile, or is it covered?
No, you would pick it up. Like that. What I was saying earlier is you don't have to build them in order, or you don't have to achieve them in order, because
I see.
there's more achievement tiles than what you see out there. Like, for instance, you see a level 1 achievement tile for trucks on the HR track, and you see a level 2 achievement tile for cargo ships on the
Oh,
gantry
right,
track
right,
in the
right.
middle. So you could achieve that level 3 tile, without anyone ever getting the level 1, or excuse me, level 2 tile, without anyone getting level 1 tile for boats, because it's not there. So yeah, so they only block the spaces you can advance to. They don't block you from getting to the achievement tile to the right of it.
I see. I see. All right, then I think what I'm going to do is I will go ahead and spend my 2 wood and no morale, because I am who I am, and build this number 6 office down here, which is going to let me deliver with a discount of 1 morale per delivery, correct?
Yes.
All right, and I'll go ahead and fill that one out. So that's my 4th office, and I'll pick this up, this achievement tile here, and I'll gain 3 more morale.
oh, you got quite an engine going there, Sagan. You don't have to spend morale on anything.
So, well, that was my thought. Is it going to work? I don't know. I don't have a very good economy built, but I've got an action economy, so hopefully it'll carry me through here.
Very good.
Jason, I'll tell you my weakness in all games like this. Whenever there are bonus buildings or some kind of upgrade tile or something like that, I always over upgrade myself, and it is my downfall every time. So,
All right.
I'm the same way.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and delete $1 and hire a worker that won't remain idle long. He's going to go right to work, and he's going to occupy my building. That's the end of my turn.
All right, I'm going to rest. My turn's done.
All right. Got the 2 coffee. We're going to go up on the advance on the admin track twice.
You advance once.
Once.
You could advance
Okay.
1 by spending 1 coffee, or you could advance 2 by spending 3 coffee.
Oh,
So
okay.
you will be able to advance 2, but it's going to take you 2
Take more
actions to
coffee.
do it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't cost you any morale. So
Sure. All right.
I
I'm
think
done.
I will move forward 2 with the goods, and I'll spend 2 morale to pick up iron this time. We're going iron. And that costs me 2 morale to pick them both up. I've loaded them. I'm done.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and spend $1. Going to activate an idle worker, and that'll give me 3 morale.
yes, sir. All right, I'm going to move the stevedore, the dock worker, 2 spaces, and I'm going to deliver 2 meat to the only space, the only shipping container that has that wants 2 foods. So I'll spend my 2 morale, and the meat will go up here. Actually, I need to move these down real quick. And then I will draw. Well, first I'll collect $1 because so my gold card gives me $1 for each delivery. The delivery is per worker. So since I put 1 worker down, even though it was 2 meat, I only get $1. If I were delivering to a train, delivering more than one food, then I would get more money than that. And then I immediately draw 2 gold cards, and I'll do that in secret. I'll draw 2 gold cards. I'll choose one to keep and discard the other, or not discard, but return the other one to the bottom of the deck. And I'm going to do that. All right. And my turn is done.
I'm going to go up on that track again for 1 coffee. That's me.
All right. I think I'm going to upgrade my truck actually. So I've got the thing that lets me get a discount on morale discount rather on building a truck, building offices, upgrading truck. It is upgrading trucks too. Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure. So I'm spending 1 iron to upgrade my truck. Is that correct?
Correct. And to do
And
that, I'm sorry, go ahead.
it's free to move goods around on the truck, so I can take my
Yes.
1 iron now and put it on the trailer, and then I can free those other 2 slots for something else. Correct?
Yeah, so that way, some meat or grain or any type of
Right,
food,
right.
you could do that. Yes.
Wonderful. That's me.
The warehouse worker, and we'll go ahead and get 2 iron, and that will cost me 2 morale.
All right, so drop these down. I am going to advance the warehouse manager there once, grab a single meat, and spend my morale. My turn's done.
I'm going to move the warehouse manager twice, pick up 2 meat for my discounted rate of 1 morale. 1 and 2 for 1. That's my turn. Hey there, Scan.
I
for
guess
joining
in
us.
that case, so I've got the office that allows me to move back at the warehouses. So I'm gonna reverse course here. I think I'm playing that correctly, and I'll pick this meet up.
Yes.
Or I guess I could have paid a morale to get 2. Would it be better to pay 1 morale and pick up 2 meat? That would bring me down to 1.
I think,
for
don't you, Jason, don't you always have to spend at least 1 morale? Even
Yes.
with the, so you have to spend, so you're going to have to spend a morale.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
He's talking
I'm
about
saying,
spending an extra morale to move 3 spaces
Oh,
instead
gotcha.
of 2.
right.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm going to be spending a morale for this, or I'm going to be spending 3 morale for 2 that are over here. But I really think I want 2, so I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 morale and pick up this 2 meat, put it on my truck that I just upgraded. Oops, almost dropped it. And 1, 2, 3, so I'm down to 1. That's my turn.
Okay. I think I'm going to spend $1 and get another worker, another idle worker, and that will increase my morale by 3.
All right. Do I want to rest or do I want to hire? I'm trying to figure out because I don't want any of you to mess up what I want to do. So I'm going to rest now. I'll wait to hire. My turn's done.
I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I think I will rest now as well. Go up to 4.
I will hire, so I can spend both of these 2 meat in order to get 2 idle workers, and
Correct.
they'll just go straight back into this open warehouse. Is that it?
The meat, yes.
Okay, great.
Well, you have an option because there's a warehouse location to the
I
bottom left.
I didn't see
Mhm.
this one down here.
If you choose to split them up, there's reasons.
I-
There's times where you'll do that because it either makes something easier for you on your next turn or
Right.
harder for everyone else on their next turn.
I do think I want to split them up right now.
All right.
Yeah, I just thought that those were the only 2 open spaces. I didn't see that last one down there, but I'm glad that I asked.
I think I'm going to go ahead and buy a truck. So that's going to cost me 1 iron and one morale.
Yes, sir.
And then I get 1 truck. And we'll put a worker on it.
All right. I'm going to move the warehouse manager 1 and spend 2 morale to get 2 coffee. And then my turn is done.
All right, move in warehouse manager twice. And oh, that's right. I still have a full thing of meat. Need to dump that first. Let's hire workers with that. I'm gonna just
Oh, that is one other thing. Anything you have on your trucks, you have to quote unquote
Hey,
spin. You have to
Chappie.
use in the game. You can't ever just discard something from your truck back
Throw
to
it
the
off the
warehouse.
side of the road.
Right, because that would very much break things in that I know that Sagan wants to hire, so I'll grab all the meat until he has to get a loan, and then I just dump it out because I don't have a use for it. So
Right.
you have to use it somewhere.
All right, it's been used to hire 2 more people. I'm done.
All right. I think for me, it would be best to go ahead and spend my remaining iron here on a admin track upgrade. I'm going to go on the top track, and that is going to require a worker for me. So I'll put him down there. So I'll put him on the top. And because of my offices, it's going to get me 2 morale, actually.
Nice.
And that's that.
Okay. All right. Pause in the action.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, should we drop these 2 meat back
Yeah,
down
I'll
to the
take care of that.
warehouse?
I'll take care of it.
Oh.
I was double checking something, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
No problem.
I'll go ahead and do that just so there's so things don't get mixed up. I was just I was double checking something, but go ahead.
That makes my action easier. So I'm going to advance 1 spot and pick up 2 meat and put them on my brand new truck. That's what I was waiting for, Jason.
Oh, there you go.
And so that takes 2
My
morale,
bad.
and there we go.
All right.
All right. I'm going to spend 1 meat to hire a worker, and my turn is done.
I know some of us wait for the 2 meats, and you've been going for the 1 meat. How do you feel that is for efficiency? Do you think the going for 2 is better?
I'm getting as much as it depends on what's going on in the game.
Mhm.
There's a very specific thing I'm trying to do, and it's going to take me 2 turns to do it, 2
Mhm.
more turns. And it was better for me to go get the stuff I'm going to need, in this case, the coffee, to do what I want to do,
Mhm.
than to worry about trying to hire too much. You can play the long game. I'm playing the short game. I'm kind of nickel and diming my actions.
Gotcha.
So
It's good to see both. Good to see both. All right, I'm going to move the warehouse worker once and pick up these 2 irons for a 1 morale. That's it.
I think I will move the warehouse worker twice. And so because I or no, I guess I'm not to the rank where I can pick up 2 different goods yet. I'd have to advance 1 more time on this top track before I get my bigger access. So I'll go ahead and grab these 2 coffee from here, and that costs me 2 morale to pick those up, and that's it.
All right. So
And once I were to advance this top blue disc 1 more space, then I would also be able to grab a wood from the same warehouse and throw it into my trailer. Is that correct?
yes, correct.
Perfect. Perfect.
All right, so I'm just going to do this because I can, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and build another truck. So it costs another iron, cost me a morale, and put my idle worker in there. And then that gives me the achievement tile for 3 trucks.
Yes, so you get 2 morale, you get that tile, and then I'm going to go ahead and ask for, I'll move it, John. You have 2 warehouse locations where we could put this iron. I can either put it at the top left or the bottom left. Where do you want it?
I want to put one at the bottom left and one at the top left.
Well, you only have one. You only have
Oh,
one.
just one.
That
Bottom
yeah.
left. Bottom
Okay.
left.
All right, there we go. All right, so for my turn, I am going to rest. And Jesse, your turn.
I'm also going to buy a truck for 1 iron. Throw it in there, 1 morale. And I'm going to put a worker in.
Think I'm gonna have to spend one of my coffee to advance on the HR track. So I got 1 idle worker that can go out right here, and 1 coffee that has a couple of spots it can go. I think I'll send it down here. I'll group it up with the other one.
Thanks for stopping by, Chappie.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I skipped this iron that Jesse put in. So
the iron, Jesse, where do you want to put that iron?
yeah, there's open spots in the warehouses for it.
Let's just put it down here.
Okay.
Yeah, but I spent my coffee. I advanced 1 space, and it's gonna gain me 2 morale because of my office. And he put that down there, so therefore I have no choice. I have to put this coffee right there.
Okay. It won't gain you 2 morale because if you notice the icons on your office card, that's gaining morale for the top 2 tracks, the forklift track and the gantry track.
Oh,
Yep.
I did not realize
Yeah,
that. Okay,
your
that's
move
fine.
wasn't bad because you move 1 more space on your next turn, you'll be able to rest to 4. So
I
your move
still want to
wasn't
do it.
bad, but
I
yeah.
still want to do it, but you know. So yeah, it's John. It's John.
All right.
I'm good with that, even without the little bonus.
All right, I'm going to get another idle worker and gain 3 morale.
All right. I'm going to move the dock worker 1 space, and I'm going to deliver 2 coffee for 2 morale. I'll put my 2 workers on this train and bring my coffee back up. Everything's full again, so this will go to the loading dock. And then I'll draw 2 railroad company tiles, and hopefully I get some matches.
KR.
Kansas and Union Pacific. So I did not. So
Hmm.
currently they're both worth $1. I want to get more so I can increase their value.
Yeah. And what's the increase?
That's 1, 3, 5, 8, 10, and then $2 for anything more than 5 of a set.
Nice.
So if I get another UP, another Union Pacific, then that pair will be worth $3 instead of $1 for the single.
Cool. All right. I want to move. Yeah, building materials can share space. So I'm going to move 1 here. I want to pick up 3 wood for 2 morale. Is that okay to split amongst trucks?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you're not mixing food and building materials
Yeah.
in the 2 spaces of a truck, you can put them however you want. And I'll go ahead and move this coffee down while you're doing that.
And I'll bring me down to 0 morale.
Oh, one other thing. I'm sorry. Because I delivered 2 workers, I get $2. If I'm going to lose, I want to lose legitimately, not because I forgot to. And I wouldn't come back 3 turns from now. It's only because I just finished my turn and I get my $2 for that. So.
All right, I will go ahead and move up another spot here, and that'll cost me my remaining coffee, which is going to go into the coffee zone, coffee warehouse. So yeah, that's just advancing on that track. That's it.
Okay, we'll advance the warehouse worker 1, and we will pick up 1 meat and 1 wood, and we'll put them in different trucks.
You
And then
can't do that.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh, that's right. I
Not
have to
advanced.
advance.
You can
I'm
only
not
pick up
advanced.
one type. Yes,
That's
you can only pick
right.
up one type.
That's right. All right. So I have to advance on the
Top track.
The forklift track, the top one.
yeah. Okay. So all right, we'll pick up 2 metal and that takes 2 morale,
Yes, sir.
and there we go.
So much cheating, John. So much.
I know.
I'm going to advance the warehouse manager once and grab 1 meat for my last morale.
I'm resting.
I will advance the warehouse manager once and grab 1 meat for my last morale.
Mm.
John?
All right, I'm gonna advance the warehouse manager and get 1 more iron. And I'll put it actually on my truck. And that takes some morale to do that.
I'm just going to rest.
I think I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, it's not my
But
turn. Sorry.
it's me.
I forgot,
At the
yes.
docks, I'm gonna move. What's this guy's name again? Or
Bill.
what's his position?
The stevedore, yeah, Bill.
Steven-
The
Steve the
stevedore, the
stevedore.
dock worker, the.
All right, I'm gonna
We've
move
used
Steve.
several names for him. I got to go back and look and see what they chose to use in the final rule book.
Gonna move him once and fulfill that 3 wood for the ship.
You can't do that
Oh, I can't do that? Is there a reason?
because you could, if you look at the gantry track, you can only deliver 2.
Oh, I need to go 1 more on that.
You need to go up 1 more, yes.
Well,
Which would
Hey,
not
Jay
cost
Bell
you a worker,
popped
would
into our
cost you a worker.
comments.
let's
What's
see.
up, Jay? He said he's loving the playthrough and how the theme is integrated really well into the gameplay. Which I love hearing from Jay because we played a really themey game with him. I can't remember. I guess it was last month or the month before. That was Frogs in Rain, another Louisiana themed game. So we love to see that.
I'm
I'm not familiar with that game, but I need to play it now because that just sounds awesome. Frogs and Rain.
Well, it's not RAIN, it's RAYNE. It's in Rain, Louisiana. So it's
That makes it
Frogs
so
in
much better.
Rain.
That
Yeah.
makes it so much better.
All right. Over to Sagan. I just moved up on the middle track there for a wood.
Yeah, so I was going to go ahead and move up on the top admin track, paying my 1 meat. Oh, wait, no, it's not paying meat, it's gaining the extra meat. Almost got that wrong because the symbols are close together, but the one clearly in the box is iron, which I don't have, so I'm going to rest and go up to 4.
Yeah, iron.
So then I'm going to spend my 3 iron this to advance on the admin track, the warehouse manager. That does not cost morale, correct?
Correct. The only thing it will require is to take your last auto worker and staff them next to Sagan's up there.
All right. So here goes my guy staffing.
Look at him go.
Ooh,
Wait, did you just leapfrog me? You paying 3?
yes.
Yes.
Whew. He's paying 3, trying to get ahead.
All right. So I am going to, let's see. I'm going to move the warehouse manager once and grab 2 grain for 2 morale. And then my turn is done.
All right. Let's build a truck for an iron. Actually, let's upgrade a truck for an iron.
Right, I've got so many options now.
That-
So many options.
Before we forget, okay, you took care. I was going to say it does cost
Yeah.
you a. All right.
Yeah, I
So
was still doing my stuff.
I think for me, I'm gonna have to advance 1 and grab this here food. for 2 morale. 1, 2. There it is.
All right. So I'm going to advance the warehouse worker. And now I'm going to legally grab 2 different items. So, except I don't really want coffee, but I guess that's what I get. So, no, we'll get, all right. I'll get wood and iron. And that takes 2 morale. I better not do wood and iron. I better do wood. Oh, I have a problem. I'm gonna put those guys
Well,
back.
we knew that.
I mean, you can mix. You can mix wood and iron if that's what
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go move 2 because I need some. I need people. So I'm gonna get some more meat and iron here. That's what we'll do. That's what we need to do. And that takes me down to no morale.
All right, I'm going to move the warehouse. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Enter 3. I'm going to spend $1 for that extra move. No, I'm not going to do that. Oh. So I'm moving back 3 because my truck is full. So I'm just going to spend 1 meat and I'll dump it in this warehouse to hire 1 worker.
All right.
Yeah, so one of the things that I'm noticing as Jesse's taking his turn, Jason, one of the things I'm noticing about the warehouses and the goods that are available, in your playtesting, have you ever noticed a trend of players maybe trying to monopolize one the trucks and just hold the resource on their trucks? You mentioned earlier that you didn't want the dumping problem to do that, but does that seem to be a strategy that some players go for?
I've seen one player. I've seen people try it, but I've only seen one player really commit to it. Because when you do it, you realize pretty quickly you're not scoring any points.
Sure.
Because everyone else can adjust. So if
Right.
I mean, the worst thing you would be if you would hoard all the meat, and the rest of us have to take loans. But you're not scoring any points because you're just hoarding meat on your trucks.
Okay.
And so at most you hit me once because I have to take a loan. And if you just keep, I mean, you're going to basically you're putting your foot out to trip me, but you're not moving. So I stumble, but I still move forward, and you're staying in one place. Because again, you can't score any points with stuff loaded on your trucks.
Right.
You have to be moving the goods, which we're competing
sense.
logistic companies, so.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, it's not necessarily in the spirit of the game, so to speak. I
Move
suppose
the
it's
warehouse
probably me by
worker.
this point.
Pick up 2 wood. It's your turn.
All right. I'm gonna dump all my meat as I say that. It was not my intention to hoard it. So I can pay 3 meat for 3 new idle workers, right?
Yep.
I'm still in that tier 2 of the workers, so they're not that hungry yet. And I think we're just gonna spread these out. Actually, put 1 there, put 1 there, put 1 over there. Yeah, I just noticed there was and John, it's you. I just noticed there was a potential like a mini meat shortage because I just happened to inadvertently have 3 meat on my truck, and then I saw that there were some, other people had some meat on their trucks as well. So I thought to myself, what would happen if no one could eat?
Yeah, like I said, we've seen one player. People have tried, and then they quickly realize a few turns in, oh, they're all scoring points. They've just adjusted, and they're scoring points. And I'm not. We had one player who really stuck to it, and they scored the lowest score I've ever seen in the game.
That's great.
I mean, there's plenty of tactical play already in the game, in that you took that iron I wanted, you delivered to that space I wanted, or whatever. But yeah, if you just turtle up and try to hoard everything, everyone else is just going to adjust for a turn or two and keep scoring while you're sitting on your stockpile of whatever.
Sure.
All right, John, did you
And
take
as
a
you've
turn?
seen with
Yeah, I grabbed a worker and increased my morale by 3.
Okay.
all right, so I am going to now move the warehouse manager 1 and collect 1 meat from my last morale.
Yeah, there are a few players that I've played with who are the chaotic, I just want to drag everyone down type of players. Not a ton of players are like that, but I know a few who are just like, I want to destroy whatever it is you're doing. That's where I'm having the most fun. And they'll
Well,
kind
like I
of
said,
relish
I
in.
love. Go ahead.
Oh,
I'm
I was
sorry.
saying they'll kind of relish in, like, I might be last place, but you're right next to me.
That would
Yeah.
take 3 morale to deliver this.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm short now. Resetting.
Okay.
Down 1.
Oh, so you grab your worker back also.
Let me put him over here. I have it all windowed in a certain way.
Gotcha.
And this guy goes back. All right. So once again, we're not quite there.
You need to spend 1 more morale to go grab something.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend 1 to build an office for 1 wood. I'm going to grab this thing that's going to help us for the next when I actually do that.
Ah, nice. Nice.
Oh, it looks like we're out of offices.
Yes,
Oh,
there is a limited.
at that.
There's only 14 offices in the game.
Right.
That's my
So
turn.
it's
Which again,
me.
which is what I was going to say, Sagan, is that I love tactical play where, I mean, as you're grabbing the offices, you may see what's out there, but I grabbed it not knowing you wanted. I grabbed it right before you. So
Sure.
there's plenty of opportunity for indirect tactical play, but I try to test and design where I can't just push a button and burn your warehouse to the ground.
Right. And I like that. I like the you can get in each other's way without necessarily being too take that or too mean. There's a few games that I like that, but that's not usually my style of, like, you flip over a card and then it's like, oh, everything that you were doing is now invalid. You suck.
Right. No. In my games, you can be a speed bump, but not a roadblock to other players.
I like that. I like that mentality. I moved the warehouse worker forward, spent 2 morale to grab 2 wood, by the way. So.
Right. I'll move the warehouse worker 2 or 1 and grab 2 meat. And that will require 2 morale. That's it.
All right. I am going to hire another worker for 1 meat. And we'll just put that here. And my turn is done.
Resting up.
I'll go ahead and spend my 0 morale, because I don't have to get another office with this 2 wood that I just picked up. And I suppose I'll put it, I'll put 1 here. I'll put 1 here. And I'll grab this number 11 office, which is bonus action. When I'm doing other things, I can offload goods over there to get some points, right?
Yes. So it's a free action to move goods from your truck or trucks to that office. It just costs you 1 morale each time you move a good, and that office wants exactly 1 coffee, 1 meat, 1 grain. You can split it on different actions. You don't have to deliver them all at once. Once it's full, you get $6, and the goods go back to the warehouse area. Perfect. So it's a way to generate money without having to spend workers. And yes, we have tested it, that it is a good way to get some money, but you won't be able to run away. If you only do that, you won't be scoring in other areas. So it is a good way to generate some money, but you can't just run away with it.
At one point, that's my overflow plan.
Yeah. Yes. So like in the case where Jesse was a minute ago, where he had something he needed to spend, if he had the other office, for instance, he'd be able to dump a wood and iron there to get $4.
Right. Can I ask at this point in the game, how many offices does everybody have?
You can look at our boards.
Click on our boards. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize I could. I didn't realize I could also do that. Oh, look at that. Okay.
Yeah, I just have 2. I just bought 1.
John and I have 2.
2, and
Jesse has
3.
3, but only 2 are active.
Oh, okay. That's my fault again. Just an oversight.
No, I got it. I didn't realize I could look at the other. I knew that I couldn't look at anybody else's goal cards, and so I guess in my head I was just like, oh, I knew it's meant to be. I knew that was meant to be public information in just the Vassal client. I wasn't gonna think about it. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. So, John, it's you.
So I'm going to do something to make Jason happy. My stevedore is going to go backwards. He's confused, but my office lets him go backwards. And I am going to deliver metal to the train, put my worker on the train temporarily, and then I
Spend
draw
one morale.
spend one
You spend-
morale.
And you draw one railroad company tile. And then I'll go ahead and score out the card so everybody can see how that works if you don't mind, John.
Yep.
All right. So now that this train card is full in a in a 2-player game, it's 3 spaces. In a 3 or 4-player game, it's 4. So now it's full. We do a few things. One, whoever has the most workers on the train, we're tied with 2, but I got to the most left to right. John has 1, then I have 2 consecutive. So I'll collect $2 for having the most. John will collect $1 for having the second most. And then now, and I'll just move them for you. John will get his 2 workers back. I'll move them to his player board. I'll get my 2 workers back, and I only have 1 empty space. So my other one will go to my on-call space marked with the train in the middle. I'll collect the train card on my play area, and then I'll draw another train card down, which wants meat or wood.
All right. So Jason, I do have a question. So I don't get $1 just for making the delivery. I only get the train chip, right? And you only
Correct.
get paid out when the train
The train is
delivers.
full. Yes, you get paid out as
Okay.
far as the money. And for instance, let's say that either Sagan or Jesse had delivered that 4th one,
Mhm.
then you would have gotten $1. I would have gotten 2 for having 2 workers on it. And then even though you and Sagan both delivered 1, you would have gotten $1 because again, you broke the tie for having the second most left to right. You got there first. So you would have gotten $1, but not Sagan.
Right. That's
With
the only
trains,
reason I
you're
didn't try to sneak in and deliver to that train.
yeah. With trains, you're scoring primarily at the end of the game, though you can collect some money possibly for air majority during the game. So I am going to, on my turn, just rest up to 3. And you can see as the game, I'll say this real quick, as the game has progressed, because of different things John and Sagan have done, they haven't had to rest as much because they've had ways to get morale. I've rested more, but I'm not going to have to hire for quite a few turns now because I've got 4 workers, 2 that I hired and 2 that came back to me from a train. So like that's what I was explaining earlier. The first few turns, things may look similar. That's by design. So new players. Now, granted, when my wife and I play, it doesn't look the same because we've played so many times. We're doing all kind of different things. But
Right.
now you'll see, even with 2 new players, Jesse and Sagan, the gameplay is starting to be more varied and more specific to what you are doing. And people are going to do or not do certain things more or less based on their own engines.
Right. I'm making a white collar company over here. I've got so many office workers.
It's my turn now?
Yes.
All right. So we're finally going to do that thing that we were trying to do. Another thing I was thinking of is going to the trains, but I don't have the workers for it. But just for the future, how many times can you deliver to a train in a turn?
As many times as you have as morale, goods, and workers available to do it.
Wow. Okay.
So if you had, like for instance, I have right now your max is 3. So if you had 3 wood, 3 idle workers, and 3 morale, you could move 1 space and deliver 3 of them to guarantee that you would get that train when it would score. You get the air majority for it.
Can you pull people out of offices?
No.
Okay.
You can never move a worker once they've been placed out on the board, with the exception of, like I said, when a train scores, those come back.
Right.
But once you've put a worker to work in a permanent space, an office, a truck, a delivery space that's not a train, an admin track, then they're stuck there.
It's expensive to train people, Jesse.
It is. It really is. I'm not in the position to do that. I'm just going to settle with the ship. It's fine. So we're going to move the stevedore. Let me manage this a little bit. All right. We're going to move him 1.
We have a red meeple on the train track.
Yep.
Yeah, he was moving him.
I got everything on one
player
screen
board.
so people could see how it's played.
He
All three of
He
these.
got confused about where his shift was. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
So you
but-
spend your 3 morale and your 3 wood go back up top, and I'll start
Mhm.
refilling these warehouses. We got to talking and I lost track of that.
I'm just gonna have to rest, so it's gonna go straight to John after Jesse is done.
All right, I'm gonna create a person. So it's gonna cost me 2 meat.
Create a person.
Yeah.
That costs you 1 meat, John,
Why does that cost me 1 meat?
because the section you're in wants either 1 meat or $2.
Oh, I've been
I
paying too
need
much
people.
meat.
I need people.
The first time I did it, I
Wow.
spent 2 meat.
I wish I could restructure.
Okay, I'll guys, if you don't have a problem, I would say let John keep those 2 meat and just grab a guy if he did that before. I don't mind letting him mulligan that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure. I'm
Yeah,
still
I
on
guess,
my turn
I misread
collecting
it.
my
No, that's
stuff.
fine. I messed
Well,
up.
and
It's my fault.
well, and I don't mind that because I sped through the rules teach, so that's on me if I didn't explain that part properly. But
Alright,
yeah,
well,
it's
all right. Well, okay, because that will save me a morale.
so
Okay.
real quick
Okay.
at the bottom of a player board, the first section of 4 workers costs either 1 meat or $1. The second section is 1 meat or $2. The third section with 4 workers is 2 meat or $2, and the last section with 2 workers is 2 meat or $3.
Got it. Thank you, sir. You were kind
All right.
and lovable.
I try. So my turn, I'm going to move the stevedore 1 space. I'm going to spend 2 morale. I'm going to grab my worker from my own call space for here to deliver my 2 grain that I'll come put on the loading dock. And I will get $5 for the delivery plus $1 for delivering. And again, even though it was 2 grain, it's per worker I put down for a food delivery. So I get $6 total. I'm just going to go delete 4 of my 1s and grab a 10.
I think you just
And
answered
then
the
my
question
turn
I
is
had,
done.
which was on my turn. I collected just $1 because I placed a worker, even though it was 3 goods. With the wood transfer. All right.
Jesse,
I
you
think
there?
Jesse.
Oh, my
Did we
bad. I
lose
was
you?
muted at
Oh.
the time. So yeah, I was saying you answered my question, which was I just gained $1 for my ship delivery, not $3.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Hey, you're on the ship with me. Interesting. Let's go.
Hanging out.
Yeah, we're just hanging. Let's move. I think we're ready to move. Just one over here. Let's go for 2, and we're going to pick up 2 wood for a 1 morale.
Okay. I will reverse this guy and grab 2 iron for 2 morale. And goes one. John?
Keep making little
I
mistakes.
think my plan is almost ready. Maybe.
I want to get that 4
We'll see.
coffee.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I keep forgetting to actually do it. I don't
I'm
have the
honestly
morale
not playing
anyway.
a long-term plan. I'm going, let me do this. The next 5 turns, I'll do this, and then we'll do that.
Right. Well, I'm in that phase of the game where, I wasn't 100% sure, all the tiles that were available as far as office tiles, bonus tiles, the goal cards and all that. So, what's out there, I'm kind of speculating on, but just the idea of kind of building my my engine up. I've got some ideas. Maybe it'll work. Probably won't, since I'm still at literally 0 points at this stage in the game. But it'll be fine.
Okay, and John, you get 2 railroad company tiles for that.
I think John might be muted now as well. I'm not hearing him come through at all.
Oh, yep, there we go. So it looks like I have 4 different train companies. Oh no, is one of them the same?
Yeah,
One's the
Pacific Railroad is the
Okay.
same. The lighter background and darker background is how they differentiate which tiles are used in a 2-player game and which
Okay.
tiles are used in a 3-player, 4-player game. So the darker ones, it's the icon, the PR is the same. The darker background just means that you wouldn't use those in a 2-player game.
Gotcha.
I see. I see. I see.
All right, so for my turn, I am going to move 1 space and grab 1 grain from my last morale. My turn's done.
You have a 10. Wow, you're rich. Let's see. We're going to had a plan, then you just forget everything. Do we have a plan? I guess we're just gonna rest for now.
Okay.
I don't think that was part of the plan, but that's what we're doing.
I think for me, it's going to have to be advancing my admin track again. So that's going to drop an iron back down into the loading dock. And this one really will give me 2 morale. So
Yes.
that's it.
All right. I'm going to go ahead, advance the warehouse worker 1, pick up a meat, baby, and put him in my truck. And that's the end of my morale. Morale 0.
All right, I'm gonna rest, and your turn, Jesse.
All right. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna move the warehouse worker 4 because of my building. I'm gonna pick up 3 meat.
Wow. Meat hog.
Well, I need it. And that'll cost me 2 morale. All right.
All right. I think I will be spending another iron, which I'll drop down in the only open space, and grab a truck. Grab a truck. And I don't have to pay a morale for that because of my building. So there we go.
All right.
Oh, and
Just
I'll
remember,
send a guy to the truck, right? Send the guy
yes.
to the truck.
All right. We're going to.
Again, did it in my head, didn't do it in reality.
All right. I'm going to create my last monster in that little thing for 1 meat. And
Dr.
and
Dr.
if we
Franken
see
Newman.
Frank and Newman. So back to
Yeah.
3 morale.
All right, I am going to move the warehouse manager 1 space and spend 2 morale to get these 2 grain. And my turn is done.
All right, we're hiring 3 people with 3 meat.
Wow.
Hey, big money.
Big meat.
So, I now have the capacity to access 2 different types of goods when I'm pulling from the warehouse, but I can still grab as many cubes as I want as long as they fall within. I can pay morale for each, correct?
Correct, yes.
All right. So I think what I'll do is I'll actually just go the 1 space and I'll pay 4 morale to get all of this coffee.
So much energy.
I'm feeling a little bit tired, so I think I might need it.
Won't be long.
John?
Me. Hmm. Let's go advance Stevedore 2 spots and get 2 wood. Or the warehouse worker and get 2 wood. And that cost me 2 morale.
I'm gonna rest and go to 3 morale.
All right, I'm moving Stevedore 1. We'll deliver this 2 wood to the ship. Just put this up here. And my guy will walk over to the ship for $2. Oh,
$3
$3.
is your bonus.
Yeah.
I have to rest for 4.
Yeah,
So-
I'm actually gonna rest also, and even though I've got 1 morale left, and go up to 3.
All right. I'm going to move the stevedore 1 space and deliver 2 grain. Should I move this wood down for 2 morale? And I'll put a worker here, and I'll get 5 plus an additional $1 for having my office that gives me bonuses for delivering food. So I'll get $6, and my turn is done.
Okay.
Nice.
So
It's not
what
you.
Yeah, so what I'll do
Is wait for my turn.
Oh yeah. I don't know why I keep thinking I'm going after Jason.
Everybody wants to go after Jason because you see what he does and you're like, ooh, I want to do something like that. But I'm just gonna rest, so it is your turn.
Well, I don't know if you should be mimicking me because I'm purposely I'm not playing like I normally do. I'm kind of putting myself behind to see how well I can do if I only have 1 truck, if I don't advance on the admin track, all the things I normally do. I'm trying to just chase little goals throughout the game. So I don't know
Wild
if you wanna
card.
Yeah, I'm sending all this for coffee down here to get 7 bucks, I think.
you
Can
can't
deliver
do
4?
that.
Yeah, you can't quite do that.
You can only deliver 2. The gantry track limits how many you can deliver.
Yep.
I see. I did not realize that because I haven't delivered yet. I haven't made any money. I am poor.
But
In that case,
But you got a lot of offices.
Yeah.
I do have a lot of offices. I do.
It's not the right
Well,
ones.
let me just rethink that. That was there. So I could do 2 for 3. Probably what I'll end up doing, and I have to move our dock worker as well. He can't just stay there
If you deliver, yes.
if I deliver. So probably what I'll do in that case is instead I will. So this free action of moving things to the to my bonus office, my one that's got the food pantry on it. That's just a free thing. I can do that anytime.
Yes, you just pay 1 morale to move that coffee over there.
So theoretically, I could pay 1 morale to move a coffee right now to that, and then I could move up and take a grain and a meat for 2 more morale, right?
Yes.
That was 1 morale and then 2 more, so that's 3 total going down. And then I could even go ahead and move them now if I wanted to, or I could just wait and do it later.
Well, you can move 1 because you only have 1 morale left.
Well, right. But I mean, I can do it as often as I want.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I'll save it for now. My move will be to pick up those other goods for now.
Okay, so I'm gonna move the stevedore 2 spots for free, and then pay a morale to move him 1 more. Leaves me with 2 morale left, and then I'm gonna deliver 2 wood to the train. So I pick up 2 rail tiles,
That is your train.
and so I get $3.
You get $3. You'll get all 4 workers back, and you do have spaces, your idle spaces and your on-call space. You'll claim the train card, which I recommend just put the train card like at the top left on the player board where your railroad tiles are, because I've programmed it so that the tiles will always sit on top. So the card, if you place it there, it won't obscure your tiles. And then I'll put another train card out once you've done that.
All right, done.
And so now this train wants meat or coffee.
How many trains are in the stack? That is an in-game trigger, right?
Yes, there are 10 in the game, but 8 are used. 10 in the box, but 8 are used in each game. So there's 6 in the stack, 2 that start, and then 6
I
to
see.
pull from there.
I see. And 2 of them have already pulled out of the station.
Mhm.
Yes. You'll see some games where people don't go for trains at all. It really, a lot of it could depend on how things come out as far as there's only one shipping container that wanted just food. There could be another
Right.
game where,
Oh,
75% of them want just food.
did
You know?
I don't think I put my wood out, did I?
No, it's still on your truck.
Yeah. Okay. Here's my wood.
All right. And then for my turn, I am going to move the warehouse manager
It's a train
1,
game.
and I will grab a
I haven't been
wood
going for trains.
to put in my truck for
Makes
my
sense,
last
though.
morale.
I'm trying to go for this thing.
It's not my turn. It's not my turn. I don't know why I always think I'm after Jason. It's not my turn.
I don't know why either. I'm moving the warehouse manager, and we're gonna pick up some of iron for 1 morale.
All right.
Go ahead. It's now your turn for real.
It is now my turn for realsies. I will move the dock worker forward 1. I can make a delivery for a reduced morale cost per delivery because of my offices, so I can put down the meat and the coffee from here. And
You only
that's
have
only
one
gonna.
worker though.
It costs 2 workers to. Oh, okay.
The worker goes in the
So I can't.
spot.
You're trying to put them on the train.
Yeah, I was just putting the 1 worker on the train.
On a
right
on
here.
a train, it's 1 worker per cube.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. Okay. I thought that it was like 1 delivery was both. So I could make a delivery of just one of those goods then?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This whole time, I was thinking I needed to pair up those goods to make 1 delivery.
No,
with
no,
1
it's
worker.
either or, and that's explained in the rule book.
I
Like I
see.
said, my rules explanation was very rushed earlier, but
Well, yeah, I
but
mean, and I read through the rule book myself. I should have known. I just it's one of those things. All right, so in that case, since I don't have the worker for it, I guess I could just hire. I wait. I should move this guy back. I should move this guy back. I should move this guy over here. And what I'm going to do instead is a completely different thing. I'm going to hire for my 1 meat here, which is going to go a little meat market over in that warehouse. And as a bonus thing for my morale, I'll go ahead and send this grain over to my special secret warehouse, secret office. And that's what I'll do.
All right. That's John.
Oh, sorry. We are just going to rest and get 3 morale.
and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to rest.
Yeah. I was already sleeping, Jesse.
Okay. Yeah, it was clear. All right. I'm going to the meat market that just opened up.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm going to spend 2 morale and pick up this 3 meat here. And that's me.
I will spend 3 coffee off my trucks to bump myself up on the HR track to a 5 rest, and it'll cost me 1 of my workers that I just got. I'm sitting it right there. So, and then gotta put my coffee back, which I will split up, I think. But that's it.
You can wake up now, John.
John?
All right. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to advance the warehouse worker. And we'll go ahead and get 2 coffee. Use 2 morale. And then I'll go back to sleep.
All right.
All right. I'm going to spend 2 morale to move the stevedore, the dock worker here once, and deliver a wood and a grain to this shipping container. Pay my 2 morale. I'll go put my wood and my grain back in the warehouses. I will collect $1 for making a food delivery for my bonus. And then I will go draw 2 gold cards and see what I'm going to keep.
And you get an achievement
But you
tile for
get
that.
the
don't you?
achievement.
Yeah, that was the other thing I forgot to say. I'll grab an achievement tile and 2 morale. That was a whole. I'm glad you said that because I was thinking of that. But because of the issue we talked about earlier with my gold card window, I was too busy trying to resize that. And
Right.
all right, I'm gonna do that, and so my turn's done.
I'm resting.
Same.
All right, I'm waking up. All
Mhm.
right, so we'll spend some coffee to advance on the admin track.
Backwards.
No, I'm pushing white
Oh,
backwards.
okay.
All right, I'm going back to sleep now.
All right.
Okay, you do need a worker there, John.
Oh,
on
yeah.
Oh,
that
yep.
track. Right
I
above
knew
it.
that. Yep. All
All
right.
right. I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
spend 1 morale to move the warehouse manager 1 extra, so I'm moving 3, and spending my last 2 morale to grab 2 meat. And then my turn is done.
Okay. So if I were to put a worker on the ship in the final spot, that doesn't work like the railroads in any sort of way, does it?
You don't get workers back, no.
Yeah.
It just means that spot can't be delivered to anymore.
Okay.
There's no more available spaces.
Well, then I'm gonna move the dock worker, Steve, 1 spot, and we're gonna deliver 3 meat. I think I have enough stuff for that.
His last name was Adore.
Adore.
Steve Odor.
Odor. So we're going to the 5 spot there, and we're delivering 3 meat. 2, 3. Which gets me a $5 thing. And that also gives me the ship achievement, correct?
Yes.
Yes, you have 3 workers on ships, so you'll grab that and 3 morale.
3 morale.
And
Well,
just
1, 2, 3,
FYI,
1, 2, 3.
if you want, you can delete some of your 1s and your 5 and grab a 10. Just right click on the coin in the vassal module to delete the ones you want.
All right, I'll do some house cleaning.
Or also, you could just right click on other people's money and delete it to improve your score relative to
It's
theirs.
true. I'll just take your 10 then.
Essentially, on the tabletop, you're just reaching over and taking their money.
Yeah.
Joke's on you. You can't delete my money.
It's not in the rules that I can't. Okay.
I don't have any.
That is my
All
turn.
right. Let's do this. Let's go reverse warehouse manager, and I will pick up the meat here, and I will pick up the iron.
Oh, before you do that, do you want to see where all this stuff goes?
Oh, good.
Yeah, that
All
could
right.
change your turn.
We got to talk.
Yeah.
Oh, understood.
Yeah.
All right.
It may change your turn. So
You know it absolutely will.
There you go.
Yeah, I think if we're going that direction, I might just completely. No, actually, I think I'll go back this direction anyway. Only this time I'll take the meat, and instead of taking that iron, I'll grab that that coffee. I think is what I'll do. So that costs me 3 morale to pick those 3 up. 1, 2, 3, and then also I can pay 1 to send the meat over, but I can do that anytime. So I'll just hold it for now.
Yes.
No sense in refilling the market for
that's
you
so much more money than me.
when I don't have to.
Trying to think of my long game. What am I
I'll
going to
be
do
mean.
Right
here?
now it wouldn't be. I think right now it wouldn't be. I totally
wouldn't be
appreciate the intention, but there's
wouldn't be
enough meat
super
out there.
advantageous.
It wouldn't make a big difference one way or another.
No, it wouldn't. But if
All
I
right.
can do it even a little, just stick it to John. That's my game plan motto, right?
Take it to the man. All right, I'm going to advance the warehouse worker 1, and we'll go ahead and pick up some wood. And now my guys are tired.
All right. I'm going to hire 2 workers for 2 meat. And I'll just throw those out there and grab my workers, and my turn is done.
right. So the meat just landed in this warehouse in front.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So here's a question for you, Jason. Could
Mhm.
I send
Eh.
my meat to the office at the beginning of my turn and then refill my own warehouses the way I want and then take from the warehouses?
100% yes.
Love it.
All right, we're gonna move warehouse worker, and let's pick up this 2 wood here for 1 morale. All done.
I am going to actually just pay a coffee to bump myself up here and get a bonus goal card.
So you draw
Bonus.
2. You're going to draw 2. You're going to, the one you don't want to keep, you'll right click and tell it to send to the bottom of the deck.
Got it. So 1, 2, and let's see what these do. I've got the aid up over here so I can make sure I know what's going on.
All right. So are you all right if I go ahead, Sagan, while you're
Yeah, no,
sorting through your cards?
yeah, you can go. I'm just
All
I'm
right.
just looking. Wait.
I'm going to go advance on the admin track, and so when I refresh, I go get 4 morale back.
This was a pretty easy decision for
I'm just resting, so it's your turn, Jesse.
Oh, okay. Turn off these people. So, I have some things. Let's move. Oh wait, let me check my board. Make sure I have everything I need. I think I do. Moving Steve Odor 1 space. Gonna place our worker in this. What are these called? Cargo holds or something. We're gonna deliver. They want
just attach a
combin-
barnacle on the bottom of the boat.
Yeah, it's the barnacles. I'm going. Yeah, that looks right. Let's give let's give metal for this one. Iron. 2 iron for that, and that allows me to draw an in-game goal card. Draw 2, then discard 1. I can't discard the one I originally drew, correct?
Correct.
It's locked
You're
in.
discarding one of the ones you. If that was the case, I would have gotten rid of my original one a long time
Me
ago.
too.
Because I, trying to hurry up and get ready to jump into play, I did not pay close enough attention to what I was doing.
Yeah,
All
it
right,
would be a
so
pain.
while you're thinking about that, I'll go ahead and pay my my 1. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna run out of. All right, I think what I would like to do actually is to move our dock worker here, rearrange my truck a little bit so I can keep food with food, and I guess I had a whole nother truck I could combine them. I'll take an iron and a wood for my 2 remaining morale.
All right, my guys are going to rest and get 4 morale.
Okay.
All right, I am going to move the warehouse manager. Let's see. Move him 1 and grab a meat, I think, for 1 morale.
Resting.
Okay. I'm gonna advance using the iron. I'm gonna advance on the top track up there. I'll put the iron back here. So that's gonna give me 2 morale, and it's going to let me pull from both sides of the
In 1 action, yes.
in 1 action.
So like where the warehouse manager is now, if you wanted
I
2
get-
iron, you could
yeah,
grab
I could
1
grab
from each.
Yes, I'm good.
Okay. I'm going to spend. I'm going to move the warehouse manager 2 spaces. we'll go ahead and grab a meat and a wood, and that takes up 2 morale.
Okay.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna move the warehouse manager once and grab another meat for 1 morale.
Gonna move the warehouse manager once, pick up 2 metal, and I'll take 1 morale.
Okay. For me, I
I
will
don't like taking the standard
grab.
action.
I guess I'll go ahead
I
and
want to pick up 2 for
advance
1.
on this bottom track here
So I'm
to
gonna start advancing on the top.
for a wood. Drop
Flexibility.
my worker out there and pay my wood. It can go back. I'll put it over here with this other one. And that does not cost me any. Actually, it gains me 2 morale. And I'm going to go ahead and get some cash. So I'll pay 1 morale out to get these 3 cubes. And let's put them out. Let's just put them all together. Let's just put them in this spot. I don't want to waste my effort delivering to too many places. And I get $6 from using my special space.
I'm even thinking about spending money to hire
That's
people,
that.
but money's points at the end of the game. So
Okay.
could I throw away 6 points to hire my staff? It's just too much. Plus, the game ends once the final staff is taken up.
All right, I am awake. I'm
Might
going
have too
to
much.
go ahead
Too many people
and
out.
advance my worker, the warehouse worker, 1 space, and we will get a wood and a wood.
I need workers. Oh,
Right.
man.
And that's 2 morale, and that's my turn.
All right, I'm gonna move the warehouse manager once and grab a meat for my last morale. My turn's done.
So, Jason, I'm
Something's going
noticing
on over
this
there.
top administration track here, there is a star with no other number beside it. I've been kind of tracking the numbers and the stars. They've been kind of paired together on all the other tracks. Am I missing what that star signifies?
There's 1 gold card per track that pays $1, $3, or $6 for having reached the first, second, or third star on
I
that
see.
particular track.
I see. Got it. It all makes sense now.
All right, I'm moving up on the top track for 1 iron. Oh, and I got to put a worker there.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I don't have a worker. I can't do that.
Oh no.
Where'd that metal, where'd that iron
I
go?
put it in the right behind the stevedore, the dock
Oh,
worker,
okay.
or the warehouse manager. So
right.
just grab it. Yeah, that one right there.
All right, we got to rethink some things.
So you cannot go get meat to hire because
I have a
you don't have enough
trailer.
space on your trucks. You have a trailer, but it costs 2 meat to hire 1 worker right now.
Yeah.
For you.
So it wouldn't get me there unless I took 2
You'd
turns.
have to spend $2. Well, no, you still couldn't do it. You don't have room for 2 meat without spending something.
Right, unless I upgrade a
So-
truck or something like that.
So yes, yeah. So you could either do that or you could spend $2 to hire. It's whatever you feel.
$2. How often is that used?
It just depends. I mean, if it allows you to do something that's going to really gain you something, then it's worth it. I mean, I might spend in my games. Everything's relative. You know, I mean, I might spend $2, but allow me to go put a worker out that not only gained me $5, but it blocked the rest of you from making that $5 delivery. So it just depends.
That's a tough call.
I mean, alternatively, you could upgrade that truck, which gives you the ability to, you know, not have this happen again because you'd have the trailers to throw
Yeah.
your meat in if you wanted. So, like I
Be
said,
a long
neither
time to
one of
get
those
it.
options is better. It
Right.
depends on what your plan is, what the state of the board is at that moment. You know how close the game is to ending.
Let's be wild card. Let's be wild card. We're gonna spend $4 to hire 2 people. Yeah, let's try it. Somebody's got to do it.
Nice.
Show off
Somebody's
some.
got to do it.
Yeah.
I'm glad it was you. All right, I'm gonna go forward and take some further resources. So I'm gonna grab the meat from both of these spots. Get my 2 meat, and then I think I'm gonna also grab a last resource. I will grab. I think is gonna end up being this crane right here. Actually, no, I'll grab a coffee.
Let's
as
see how
well.
that works
I'll grab
out.
coffee.
So the plan is to get some gold cards out
So
of
I'm
this,
done.
All right, I'm going to spend
and
3
hopefully
wood
get
to
this achievement
advance
thing. Even though
on the
I might not
gantry
get that.
track. So
Although
two
each of these
spaces
You know,
here.
I'm just
workers
like
are worth
skipping
$4
spaces.
to me.
You have
Is
to
it this
put a
thing?
worker out as well.
Is it for each ship? What is it?
We're going as fast as we can on Vassal.
I was just
For
reminding.
each worker on a
Yeah,
cargo
well, you know,
ship
it's always
delivery
good to
space
check
for
on
building
you.
materials, the player
Right,
gains
right,
$4.
right.
So
So
that's it for me.
every
Okay, I'm just
worker I
gonna
spent
rest.
$2 on is actually could get me $4. All right. I was just discussing some strategy stuff. Let's move Steve Odor 1 space and deliver. I think this is a better move. Let's deliver onto the ship 2 wood for 2 morale.
I just want to point out that is officially. I'm making that official right now. That is his name,
Steve
and
Odor.
I'm gonna get a little name badge made.
I love it.
Jay-
That's good.
If
Jason,
it ever, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Jason, on the admin tracks, with Sagan getting the first on the morale track, can somebody else get a card, or only the first person there gets a
Only
card?
the first person.
Okay.
I'm paying another coffee to move up on the
All right.
morale one more time.
But if this game ever gets a second printing, I'm gonna make sure that's put in the rule book that his name is Steve
Odor.
O apostrophe Door.
He's Irish.
Yeah,
You know,
Irish
I've known
stock
some
worker there.
people who have the last name Odor, like
There
you go.
ODOR, not with an apostrophe.
All right, I'm going to go
There we go.
ahead and rest.
Yeah, BJ,
All
really
right,
close.
so I am going to move I'm gonna move
Soon.
Steve there 2 spaces and deliver 2 meat, which is the max I can deliver at a time is 2. And I just realized with all this talking, I haven't taken care of the warehouse. I'll do that as soon as I'm done my turn.
It's a
So
little
I'm gonna
backed up.
move 2 workers to the train. I'll grab my 2 tiles, which not good for me yet. And okay, that works out. And then I'll go start pulling all this stuff down. I'll just kind of do it randomly here.
Yeah, you can
It's
do that.
almost all wood anyway, so it's not like it's gonna matter. And my turn is done. I spent my morale.
I think I need a moment to rest.
I too will be resting back up to 6.
Super rest.
I am getting good sleep these days.
Right. I'll go ahead and advance my Mr. Steve. I will take a
Oh, that's Bill. That's the warehouse worker. That's Bill. Steve.
Bill.
Steve is the stevedore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go ahead and get a wood and a coffee and that will take 2 morale.
Actually, no. That's Dolly at the warehouse.
Dolly.
That's
There you
Dolly.
go.
Yes.
Oh, oh, that's right. Yeah.
That makes sense. All right.
All right.
I wonder if
So
that's a
for my
southern thing
turn,
only.
yeah, I'm gonna move
Your hand
the
trucks,
stevedore.
dollies.
Well, back in because you got to remember the era of the game is the early 1900s up to the Great Depression,
Mm-hmm.
and that was something that I guess in his research for the art, that was something that Harold found that that what we would call a forklift. They had
All right.
truck operated forklifts as early as I think 1906, 1908, somewhere around there. But they would also sometimes, refer to a dolly as a forklift.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Now, so that was like I said, that was something that he found in his because in my prototype, I actually had drawn a little picture of an old, forklift with the first picture I found. Like I said, I think it was this old black and white from I think 1908.
Hmm.
So, but
Really
my turn is done.
Okay. I'm going to move Steve one time, and we're going to go on this ship here for 2 morale, giving up 2 irons. 2 morale, 2 irons, and I get $2.
I think that I will kick this turn
Yeah, I'm netting
off
6 for each of
by
those
spending
workers.
2 of my morale
So it
to
makes sense
move
to
some
do that.
goods to my special bonus warehouse. And
And no one's doing
then
the
I'll
ships right
go
now,
ahead
so it makes
and
sense for me to go ahead and
move
do that.
here the Dolly, our warehouse worker. And I'll pick up for 4 morale. I'll grab 3 of the
Whatever you wanna do.
grain and a meat.
You could just text me so it's not forever
I don't
mentioned
see
on
too
here on
many
YouTube.
grain drop-offs, but
And that
there we
should
go.
take everything off. Actually, you know what I might
Remember
do?
that lunch I had?
Instead of spending my my third grain, I'll leave
The
1 grain
sandwich
out here
place.
actually, and I'll spend my last morale point to go ahead and send it to get some more money to use my special skills. So that'll go there,
Oh, you need grain for that.
and that'll go there, and this last coffee will go here, and I'll get $6. Love it.
Oh, very good.
Yes, Jimmy
Well, I'm going to
Subway.
go ahead and advance Dolly 1 spot, and we'll go ahead and get 1 coffee and 1 wood, and that exhausts my morale.
All right, before I go, Jesse, you get $1 extra from your last turn because of your office for
Good
delivering
catch.
that
Thank
building
you.
material.
You're right.
I saw it, but I didn't want to interrupt everybody else while they were going.
I understand. Yeah.
So let's see. I am going to rest, and that's my turn.
I'm going to move Dolly 3 times. I'm going to pick up some metal.
And for anybody watching, Jesse can do that for free because of his starting office allows him to move +1 or 2 at the warehouse for free.
Something I should have been doing a lot more early game. But that's okay.
I'll just rest. So I'm back at 6.
All right, it's over to John.
I think he's taking his turn. He's just muted.
Yep, I'm going to
Oh.
advance in the admin track and spend 3 wood to go 2 spaces and do my leapfrog thing, and bring my worker here.
Things have changed since I got this
And bada
gold
bing, bada
card.
boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to move
Definitely
Dolly
change
one
things.
space and grab 1 meat for 1 morale.
It's resting time for me.
Resting. I will move Dolly 1 space. Actually, before I move Dolly 1 space, I'm gonna go ahead and send some goods. I'll spend 2 morale to send goods to my special office. And I've lost a driver somehow. Where did he go? I know I had a driver on there.
Did you accidentally pull that driver to go place out somewhere instead of your
I
idle
have
worker that you have?
I possibly could have. I'll just throw this idle up there. I don't know where my driver went, but
I can. Well, while you're doing that, I'll scroll through and see if I can
I
find.
mean,
count 'em.
we
You
can
count them
count.
up to make sure
Yeah.
I've got the right number. Yeah,
And-
Well, I
just
could.
count them up.
I'm
I've
scrolling
had that-
through. Well, what I'm doing right now is I'm
the
scrolling through
log.
the log
got
to see if I can see.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
had that idle worker for a long time now, so I don't think it would have affected anything. I just realized there was a truck with no driver. Anyway, I'm spending 2 morale to send 2 goods out of that
I
truck.
appreciate that, BJ.
And then I'll move Dolly.
Here we go.
And I will pick up 3 wood and 2.
It's a bit of a drive for you.
Or 1 coffee.
I wouldn't put you through that.
I guess it's going to cost me everything. Oh yeah, no, that's what I want to do. 3 wood, 1 coffee in the truck with the other foodstuffs. That sends me down to 0 morale. And that's my turn.
I've been thinking about going to Anubis and getting that Nemesis they have in stock. It's hard to find.
We'll go
right
ahead
now.
and rest and get 4
I've been wanting to
morale.
play it. I really just want to play it. I don't know if I want to buy it.
All right. I am going to. Let's see. I'm going to move Dolly 1 space.
What's the price
and
tag on
grab
that?
1 meat for 1 morale.
I am, for the record, counting 17 workers that I have track of, both reserve and.
Well, you can't create extra workers. You're always going to have that number
We're in
of
the same
workers.
boat, Blood Boy.
I'm just going through the
Right.
log to see where I can
Huge price
see
tag.
that a worker moved from a blue truck to somewhere else. That's what I'm trying to find.
Oh, I see.
All right. So it is over to me?
Well, either way, I've had one in the reserve long enough.
It's over to me, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I specifically remember putting that guy on the truck. I probably just moved him.
Yeah.
Did I drag him onto
A
the
handful
admin
of turns
track?
back. A handful of turns back. Blue Meeple moves from blue trucks to the main board. So yeah, that must be the admin track.
Got it.
Let's see.
I don't mind the
Yep,
trip.
gantry
All
track,
good.
blue disc. Yeah, because it's when you
Can
moved up on the
deliver.
gantry track, you did that.
Yeah. Yep. We're still square though.
That's one of the benefits of that
Mhm.
log file.
Yeah, for sure.
But it is back to your turn, I believe.
Oh, is it? Okay.
No, it's still
then in
me.
that
I was
case,
waiting for the
Oh, I'm
explanation.
sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
I
going
bet the
to.
log gets annoying to read if there's somebody who's really fidgety with the pieces.
Oh yeah, I guess everything is tracked.
Yeah. Well, but that's why I just control F. I dumped the log into
Sure.
into like a Word file and just did control F for blue trucks.
Makes sense.
I am dumping $4 to hire 2 people.
Ooh.
Well-
Jesse's almost there. He's pushing the end.
Isn't he?
It's the strategy I'm doing.
That is the strat.
Go ahead, Sagan. It's
All right.
fine,
I
Vassal.
think for me, it's got to be spending a wood to go up on the admin track here,
Bobby?
which I'll dump that down there.
It's
And
2D
that's gonna get me
tabletop sim.
2.
It's Not bad though.
morale, which I will immediately use to send a coffee to my special spot and get myself some money.
But BJ, let me know how much Nemesis is.
And that is that.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I shouldn't. I have so many games I haven't played.
All right.
Uh,
I guess I'm going to go back one space, deliver coffee. Do I want to do that?
Pops
Yeah,
Po
we'll go ahead
Boys.
and do that, I
Is
guess.
that a must try if I'm ever in the area? Went to the
Deliver
Po Boy
one
Fest.
coffee.
Try a lot of good ones there.
Put train.
Yeah, probably 200.
Stole the worker from me, or stole $1 from me.
Yep. And then I
All right.
get,
No,
So you get a
this
tile.
game only.
there we go.
All right. So then I'll get $2. You'll get $3.
Too much.
Why do I get $3?
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know why it's that much.
You get
It's like an
$1.
Asmodee game now.
Oh.
or
I'm
something.
deleting $3 to get a 5 for the $2 that I have, and as I'm doing that, I'm saying you get 3.
Well,
I haven't
like
eaten. Yeah, I haven't eaten breakfast yet, so so that's where we are right now. You get $1, I get $2. So I've done that. We get our workers back. So this totally changes what I want to do for my next few turns, but that's okay. Still worked out for me. So I will get that train card,
Yeah.
and I will place
I
another
heard
train down.
3.36.
All right, and that's it then. So that was John's turn.
That was
So
John's turn?
now
Oh, okay.
John delivered to a train, yes.
Oh, okay.
So for my turn, I will move once, and I will grab a iron for my last morale.
Steve Odor is moving twice to deliver to a boat. Gonna put this here. Gonna spend 3 morale, and we're gonna deliver 3 irons to this boat for 4 plus 1, so $5.
Yes, 5 total. Yeah.
And that seems to be my turn.
All right. Then in that case, I will.
I have one more spot I can take up. That'll be a bonus
You know what? I would make a
$4
little
at the
wild
end.
card play that is
I
breaking
think it's worth
from the
it.
strategy that I've been doing this whole time. I'll move Steve. And for my 1 remaining morale, I'll send this 2 wood right here that I picked up into a. Oh, wait, I don't have a worker. Scratch that. Sticking with the strategy. I'm going to spend my 1 worker to put the meat on my special shop. And then I'm just going to rest. Done.
Okay. We're going to move Dolly, pick up 2 coffee.
I'm taking the marketing approach to this. Y'all are doing all the hard work down at the docks. I just have a luxury shop in town. I'm just peddling out of.
It's the food contract office. That's what you've got.
All right.
All right, let me move this stuff down. For my turn, I'm just going to rest.
Same, resting.
Okay. I think I'm going to have to walk this back here and grab some coffee and some grain. So I'll
Brains.
grab 2 coffee, I suspect, and 1 grain. That costs me 2 morale, and then I'll spend 2 more morale to send them to my special shop if I can pick them up. And I keep picking up my cards, so they'll go there. They'll go back into the to the wide world of warehouses, and I'll get some money. Special shop.
All right. I'm going to spend $2 and create another Frankenstein. and my morale will go up 3.
All right. I am going to move Steve 3 spaces, which I can do for free because it's my office. And I'm going to deliver 1 iron and 1 meat for 2 morale and place a worker here. I'll get $1 for delivering a food good. And then I will draw off camera. I will draw 2 gold cards, keeping 1.
Do we have to hit the achievement tile before we can advance our discs in the administration section?
No, but you can't.
Okay.
Well, let me. You can't advance the. I just removed this one, so it's going to come off. But you could not move on that top track until I pulled it off.
Okay,
I
that's
may
what I
have.
was.
I may have misunderstood your question, but yeah, you would have been stuck at the very next space at
Okay.
the top track. But I
Okay,
am
thought
pulling.
that was the case,
Yeah.
but I saw you were
said it
doing
wrong.
that. That was the last one. That's why I was asking, because it's a question that I had from before, and I just forgot to ask it. I
Right.
got caught up. So since you were taking that last one, I wanted to just address it.
And
my
so
notification.
I got it. I got my 3 morale. My turn's done.
Nice.
In-game is triggered once these workers.
When someone hires from the bottom section, or I think there's only one more train. When one more train gets done, I think it's pretty close, no matter what.
So if I
So
hire
it-
one worker, that triggers the end game?
Yes, and we'll each get 3 more turns.
Wow.
We get
okay.
3 more turns?
Yes, because he's the last player.
Noted.
And if Sagan were the last, if Sagan triggered the end game,
Then
Mm.
Sagan will get 3 more turns, and the rest of us will get 4 more turns because you finish this round and then get 3 more turns in order.
okay.
All right. I moved Dolly and picked up 2 iron.
All right.
All right, then I will reverse Dolly and pick up a grain and a meat, and that takes all my morale.
All right. I'm going to move Steve back 1 spot. And I'm going to deliver 3 coffee for $5. And that's it.
Just don't forget to spend your morale.
Oh, yep. Thank you.
In a standard game, not on Vassal, who actually decides where the goods move?
The active player.
So it would have been John in that case.
It would have been John. Yeah, but to
Okay.
speed things up, especially because, like I said, you've only played it once. This is Sagan's first time. I'm just doing it just to speed things up.
I understand.
Plus, because anytime you play any game online, like you just noted, it's going to be a little slower, a little longer, just
Mhm.
because
Right.
of click and drag and all that stuff.
Yep.
So I'm going to move Dolly 1 space and grab 1 iron in my trailer for 1 morale.
Okay, we're going to move. I gotta think ahead a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little
Don't overdo it.
bit. One, 2. Equals 2. We're gonna move Dolly once and pick up a meat for 1. Didn't want to do a standard
Uh-oh.
action, but I had to.
All right, he's I'm gonna have to rest. He's gathering his meat.
My meat
Getting ready to-
monster.
He's getting ready to hire his last worker.
Your turn, John.
All right. I'm going to advance Dolly 1, and we'll get some wood. And that uses my last morale.
And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to move 1 and grab wood. I'll just rearrange this stuff in my truck to put the building materials on the truck and the meat in the trailer, and then I'll spin that morale to go back down.
All right. Dolly wants meat in, morale down. Go
Oh
ahead.
no, he's got it.
Just gonna sit on this trigger till I need to pull it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and spend 3 morale to send some goods back out of my special shop. I'll put that there, and these two can go here, and get my money before I forget. And then I will grab for my actual that cost me 3, and then for my actual thing I'm gonna have to go probably just move Dolly twice and grab 1, 2, 3 2 coffee, 2 coffee and 1 meat, and
The plan is
that
to
is my thing.
rest,
That's my-
build, and then hire that last worker.
All right. Well,
and
don't know if this is smart,
Problem is
but
I
I'll
don't
go
have
ahead and
anything
spend
afterwards.
1 wood to advance on the gantry track and see if I can get any cards that
So
are
maybe
better
I'll
than
do
the
that
one I started
first.
off with.
then rest, then do the thing.
See,
Yeah.
the real benefit of doing the same exact scoring play every single time is that you never get mixed up about what your score is, because it's just a multiple of that number.
Yeah.
I know that I'm I'm not accumulating any little 1 or 2 point things somewhere else.
I love in-game scoring. I love seeing how things come out at the end of the
Mhm.
game. All right, so which is interesting because in the third game at Acadians, there's not, most of the scoring is during the game.
Sure.
There's not a lot of scoring at the end. There's a little bit, but not a lot. All right, so I am going to move Steve twice and deliver 1 wood. No, actually, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I am. I'm going to deliver 1 wood for 1 morale to there and grab a tile. Not what I wanted, but that'll work. And my turn is done.
I am hiring a worker.
Oh no, he did it.
2 meats.
All right, let's Jesse finish his turn. Then I'm going to take care of something before we finish. Before we start up with the last 3 rounds.
All right.
So Jesse, let me know when you're done. Okay, so you're done.
Yeah, I just simply hired someone. Yeah.
Okay, you put the meat back on. Okay, so what's going to happen on the center left of the board, right under where Dolly is? I'm going to slide that disc over. Well, really, we would go all the way. That just signifies once he did that, we'd slide it. But since he ends the round, we're going to move to the 3, and so now Sagan's going to start the first of 3 final rounds, where each get 1 turn.
All
So
right.
can think about what you're doing as far as you only have 3 more actions for the rest of the game.
Sure. So my first action is going to have to be to rest, because I have no morale. In doing that, though, I will also take my bonuses to send a couple of goods to my secret spot, and that'll cost me 2 of them.
I should be good. A rest.
Done.
All right. And I'm going to be really score a lot of points with my turn by resting also.
Well, now I should note that morale is the tiebreaker. Morale. So if morale is the first tiebreaker, so that if
So I can end on a
we're
rest as
tied
well.
on money at the end, whoever has the most morale remaining would win.
You know what? I'm
Got
gonna.
it. Got it.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. I just rested.
Okay, so I'm going to rest also.
Okay.
That sounds like fun. I'm gonna rest.
Okay. So I guess we're into number 2
Yep.
of
So
the
I'll move it
final.
over. Oh, you got it.
Final.
Okay.
Yeah, I grabbed it. Number 2 of the final countdown. So for me, all right, I've got this one. It's gonna let me pick up and do that. Okay. So what I'm gonna have to do for this think I might be one
Yep.
action short
They announced it
of
earlier.
finagling, finagling my way to
September
what I want to
11th,
do.
we're gonna have a
But I'm not gonna be
1-day
able to do this
SOBO,
twice, so I'll
and
just take
then
the cheapest possible
actual
way to do
SOBO
it,
in
which is
March.
to move up, to pay 1 morale, to take 1 grain, pay another morale to send it to my building, which will complete it, and then I'll send it back to. Actually, I'll just hold it here for now. I won't pay that morale for now. I'll keep 3 morale because maybe a better play will come up. So I'm just going to grab that grain. That way I've got it, and I'll hold there. Because I can always do it next turn if I need to.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna advance Dolly and get to 2 coffee. And morale's down 2. There we go.
All right. I'm going to advance Steve down here and deliver 1 meat and 1 iron for 2 morale, and put my last worker that I have idle here, which will give me $1 for delivering a food item, and then I'll go draw 2 gold cards and keep 1. And you can go ahead and take your turn, Jesse.
All right, moving Steve once. And we're going to put a worker over
I
here.
think Jesse might be muted again.
Oh, yeah. Stream hears me, but you don't. Moving Steve once, putting a worker on that boat, spending the 2 morale, and then spending the 2 cubes. Let's put 1 down here and put them over. It doesn't matter. Here and here.
Did
And
you
I
say
get
the stream
$3 for
hears
that.
you and we don't have you been
Correct.
telling them secrets?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I talk
You're not
strategy
telling
and
me?
stuff like that.
Man, that's you've been telling them secrets that they're not telling me. I feel very.
I want them to know the direction I'm going, why I'm making the dumb moves I'm making.
All right, so it's back to me for my very finalist of final turns. I do not have a worker
Let me have them all.
available,
That's
so
$24.
that really precludes me from doing any fancy stuff. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is just spend a whatever you call that thing, morale, to get my cube down and score my building 1 final time, which is gonna give me 6 points. And then for my last actual action, since morale is the tiebreaker, I guess I'm gonna just rest and top myself off.
You can't do that.
I can't do that.
Now, if you notice on your player board, the 0 space and the first space have a little bed with some Z's coming off of it.
Oh.
You can only rest if you're there, and you were at, I think, 2 morale, maybe.
Well, in that case, I'll just send this to my building and then rest.
Yeah, you can. Yes, you can do that.
Haha. All right, I'll get my money, and that's where I'm ending. At a nice square $36.
Right.
Is the break room, or I'm sorry, is this a break room I have? It's one of these. Is that an optional action? The minus morale? I think it's called
No.
break room. It's not optional. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and move Steve 2 spaces and then spend $1 to move him an additional space. Oh, that doesn't work. Nope, check that. I don't have enough people. So we're just gonna move him 1 space, deliver our 2 coffee for $3. Which will actually be $4 because I already spent $1. So I'll get rid of this and get a 5.
Jesse, the rules state the rules don't say the player may. It
Okay.
says the player gains, so that's why.
Okay.
I mean, that's not why, but that's why it's worded that way in the rules, so that because I know what you were trying to do to keep the morale.
Yeah, to
So-
go ahead and burn it. The other option
Yeah.
was to move Steve to just burn it that way, but I don't think he was in a position to do that.
Yeah, I'm just
Send
gonna
Steve
rest.
on a little jog.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just resting and going up to
Go
3.
Steve. All right. There's nothing really for me to do in this last turn. that's beneficial to me that I can think
This is
of.
where but see, this is where, you chose to trigger the end game
Oh
without,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Yeah. So
Well, the
it's
idea was
you
that I
had,
was going to rest, but
right.
I didn't quite spend enough to, since you had moved Steve once. So I'm just gonna pick up some stuff. Doesn't really
Now
matter.
there are goal cards that I'm guessing you don't have where you can get points for having goods on your
Sure,
trucks.
that'd be
There's a
cool,
couple
but
gold cards that have that. So having your last turn being going to pick something up and throwing on a truck could be beneficial. But
true.
again, as the game goes, um, you chose to trigger the end, but
Mhm.
you could have planned out when you like loaded things on your trucks ahead of time and stuff like that.
That was
So
intentional.
that
The time I did it.
oh yeah. So
Yeah,
I knew exactly what you were thinking.
yeah.
So that triggers the end game. Since or that doesn't trigger, but that is the end of the game because Jesse finishes last turn. So the
Mhm.
first thing we do is we're going to score any remaining any trains that have workers on them, and they do have one. I did that on purpose. There's one worker on that train, so I will get my worker back. I will get the train card, and I will get $3 for having been the
Oh.
only person on that train. When I realized you were about to end it, I
Mhm.
did that. I got that extra wood just so I could do that.
Nice.
Um, so that's done. So now, and we'll just do this in turn order. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go with so we do John first for the railroad company tiles. So John has 3 sets of 2. Each one of those is worth $3. So John will get an additional $9.
And then I have one lone one, so it's 10.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you do. I'm sorry. You have that one at the bottom. I missed it.
Okay.
So John
John's
will get
got
10
10
bucks.
bucks.
I will. Let's see. I've got 3, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8. So I'll delete 2 of my ones to grab another 10. Put me at 36.
Nice.
And then Jesse, you don't have any, correct? All right.
Correct. I don't.
So okay. So
Me
lastly,
either.
we'll do goal cards, and the best way to do is what I would say. We'll go again in turn order. So Sagan, place your goal cards one at a time as I score them for you. Just put them like on the main board, say where the in-game turn order track is. You can
Okay,
put them
sure.
kind of on that center section of it, just to the left of the black disc.
Okay, yeah. So my
That way
goal
everybody can
card,
see them on Jesse's
right. My
window.
goal card, I have this one, which gives me 5 offices.
Correct.
Because I've got 5, and Jesse had 3. Nobody else went the heavy office route, so I'll get $5 for that.
All right.
And
Is that the only
then
one you had? You
I've
have
got one other,
okay
which is this one, which is 2 for
for
every
workers.
worker I have in the admin section, which I have 4, so that should be $8 extra from them,
Right. All
if
right.
my math is correct. So 5
Yep.
plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. That's 8.
All right. And I just moved those off to the side. So now, John, if you want to put yours out in the same
Yeah.
area in the center left.
Yeah, mine weren't so helpful. So I get 2 points for every guy in a boat, so that's 6.
Okay.
And then 4 points for every guy in a cargo container, and I don't have any.
Oh, hold up. Hold on. Let's see. Your cards were face down. All right. So my Bluetooth disconnected, reconnected. So did you get? I heard that, but I didn't hear for the one for ships, for food delivery for ships. Did you get those?
Nope,
$6.
so that's $6.
Yeah. And was that all that you had, John?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to move those off to the side. Then I'll do the 85 gold cards I have.
Yeah, you
So
do have a lot.
the first one was the one I started with, which was a very bad choice of mine because there's only one out there that has food. So that's $2 for shipping containers that want food
Oh.
only. Yeah,
Yeah.
next is $1 per train, and I have 3 trains. So I will delete $7 and grab another 10. for that $3. And next is we'll do this one is for workers on offices. I have 2, so I'll get an additional $2 there. Next is workers on trucks. That was one of the last ones I got. I only have 1, so I'll get $1 for that. And lastly is for gold cards, which I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will get $5 more. Give me a total of 49.
So that's the high score right
Also
now?
have 49.
Oh, wow, really?
Because I had 36, and then I had, what was that? 8 plus 5, 13. So I guess I'm 40. Oh, yeah, 36 and 13 is 49, so.
Yeah. Okay, so Jesse, your gold card or cards? You should have 2, I guess.
Yeah, I have this one here that gives me $2 because I only got one of these.
Where's I don't see it.
Bottom left. I put it in the ocean.
Oh, you put it there. Okay.
Everybody's been putting it in different spots.
Everybody was putting them on the track on the center left of the board, and then I was moving them out of the way. But I see where you put it.
I see. Those are ones you moved there. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I have this other one, and that should pay out pretty good.
That's $2 that you have. Oh no, this one. So $4 for building good deliveries. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, right?
You have 6. Oh, you do have 6. Yep.
Yeah. So that's $24.
Ooh.
Nobody else went for it.
hold on. You're putting that up. You just gave me $20.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I'll just keep deleting
all
your
reason,
10s.
Because so a couple things before anybody asks any questions.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, building materials pay the worst. So that's why that card pays $4 compared to like my shipping container card that paid $2. So building materials are also used for some very important things, getting trucks and getting offices. So in doing that, he didn't do some other things. So that's why, that's why it pays so much, because they pay so little, and what it takes to get them are things that are very good for other stuff.
Yeah, it didn't pay enough.
So you got $43.
Mm-hmm.
John got 27. I got second place because Sagan has 6 morale to my 3 morale. We both have 49.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to lift a finger on the docks.
And I was really hoping to at least get third place, because I purposely didn't move up on any track, which I always move up on at least 2 of those.
Yeah, that is.
And I never built any more trucks, and I only built 1 office. So I wanted to see if I put myself behind the 8 ball, could I come in a decent third place? So I'll take being tied for second.
There you go.
Yeah, that was nice. That was the fact that you didn't move up on any of those. That's impressive. Well,
I essentially didn't build any engine except getting an extra $1 for food deliveries. Because normally I
like is engine building.
Yeah. Well, I do too, but I purposely, like I said, I wanted to try something different. So
sure. No, I enjoyed the engine building in this one. I enjoyed, you can ask John. I am not too much of a pick up and deliver kind of a player most of the time. So that's kind of why I guess I gravitated more less from the deliveries and more towards the kind of my own little thing going on up there. But I had fun with this one. I liked it.
So I'm not your favorite designer for sure, because all of my games are pick up and deliver to some extent.
I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, but you're either running shrimp boats. You're running shrimp boats to go fish and sell your catch. You're picking up goods to deliver to the port in this one, or in Acadians, you're harvesting wood and clay to build churches and camps, alligators, and trapping muskrats, or to get nice leathers and furs that you can sell for money.
But just because it's not my favorite doesn't mean I didn't still have fun.
I'll think about it.
Well, I appreciate that.
All right. Good game, everyone. Any last minute things to say about the delivery of this game? I hope we all have it very soon.
Hopefully, like in the next few weeks. I just want to say thank you to you 3 for this morning. For anyone who watched live or will watch later, thank you for giving up your time. And for anyone who backed the game, and took a chance on it. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I've said this so many times. I'm a broken record, but the only resource we spend in the world that we can never ever replace is time. And so it means the world to me that anybody would give up any of their precious time to try out one of my games. I really do appreciate that. It's a labor of love. You don't get rich designing board games. You do it because you love it. And so I appreciate the opportunity to try to, create something that someone can have some fun with friends and have a little bit of enjoyment, especially after the last year we've all had.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it coming in soon. Any last things to say about SOBO? A reminder, perhaps, if people
Yeah,
have joined
so
us.
the reminder, it's going to be September the 11th. We're having our mini event. Stay posted for specific details about that. We don't have them right now, but we're going to be doing something. And also, it's going to be the end of March, late March 2022 is when the main event is going to be happening. If you are one of our ticket holders who had tickets for the canceled event of, the faded March 2020, though you still are hanging on to your ticket, that ticket will get you into the September event and the next spring event. And you're also going to be able to get new come to one of those events alone. So thank you all for those of you who have kept your tickets and stuck with us through the uncertainty. Thanks a lot for that. And also, I'm gonna throw endorse Crescent City Cargo, because like I said, you don't have to be a pick up and deliver fan to like this one, because I still liked it.
Yep. Had to bring down Jason's volume a bit. I hear him traversing the house.
Oh, actually, no, that was Donna. Donna just came in to get something, so I didn't realize my volume was that loud. Sorry.
Okay, that's all right. I turned it down
Yeah,
for the pitch. So.
John, did I forget anything that
Nope,
that needs to be said?
Nope, that was good, Sagan. Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, all my games do also. They're not just pick up and delivery. I love engine building. I love pick up and delivery. I love player boards and I love tracks and to do your own thing. Yeah, I love the ability to do your own thing, but also, like I said, while you can't poke at other players, things you do can indirectly affect the game state, so it affects everyone.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Yeah, I really like this game. I think Melissa will really enjoy playing this once it comes in. I probably can't get her to do the Vassal engine stuff, but
yeah.
But once it's on the table, we'll definitely be playing that.
I much prefer it on the table.
Yeah.
I much prefer any game on the table.
Captaining the Gulf, yeah. I haven't played Captains of the Gulf yet. That's something I'm gonna have to, if I could find one. Hey, Baz. Bands. Always put the Z on the other side.
We'll have both of those games at SOBO. So in our library, there'll be Crescent City Cargo and Captains of the Gulf will be there.
That's a great question, actually. Acadians, would that be available come time of SOBO? Like a physical copy that you would be okay with playing?
Captains of the Gulf?
No, the Acadians.
In prototype form, yes.
Okay, and I was just wondering if that'd be something you wouldn't mind presenting as an early play.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Oh no, I was presenting it at Gen Con 2 years ago. Gen Con 2019, we were playing it, and it was about 90% done. Acadians, I started working on about a month after I started working on Captains of the Gulf. It just got shelved as I got busy with the next game and the next game. But Acadians is
okay.
It's much further along than you would expect if you just thought it was number 3 in the trilogy. But I've actually been working on it for a few years now. I've been working on Acadians for about 3 years.
Well, there you go. Come to
Awesome.
SOBO, and maybe we'll have a little like Louisiana specific board gaming corner, right? We'll do all of Jason Dinger's stuff. We'll get Jay Bell's Frogs and Rain in there. We'll do all the Louisiana board gaming you can think of.
Yeah, I think Jay Bell has some new
to design
art.
Something.
Yeah. Get all of us together, put it together for SOBO, September 11th for the mini SOBO, and then next year for the big one. But yeah, this will be can't wait to get to the table. But for now, we're going to sign off. We're going to raid over to Roel, who's kicking off TLN, which is Tabletop Live Network. 24 hours of streams. We're coming back here tonight at 6 p.m. We're going to be camping here on the stream. We're going to be making some s'mores. We're going to be playing Bosk and playing Parks. It's going to be a fun time. But yeah, let's raid over. Thanks everyone for playing. Thanks everyone for watching. It's been a great time. And until next time, the box is closed. Bye, everybody.